Oh, yeah, okay. So you had the giant spider under the docks. Yeah,
Yeah,
giant spider under the docks.
Serena talks to Burgess, presents papers, is told to go talk to the deck manager, which is a burly fellow. The burly fellow has a dispute about a delivery. 10 days too long for some slate that needs to be delivered. Rez says to Doc and Aldous, let's go in my bag of holding. And Aldous casts invisibility on Doc, and Doc can sneak on the boat. Doc finds some sort of ballista mounted to the front of the ship.
It's not a ballista. Not a ballista. Not a ballista. It was a trebuchet. Not a ballista.
These are just bullet point notes.
Correcting.
Storm coming, lady said. That's another note. Serena, as Sarah, talks to a dockhand. Been working for 6 to 10 days. Wants to be a fisher. Likes his family in Suzail. Amaranthia dismisses the ship captain and announces the ship will set sail. Serena, as Sarah again, is found with a forged paper by Amaranth. Serena, as Sarah, talks her way into the graces of Amaranth and intimidates some deckhands. Doc invisibly cuts the ropes and the ship gets free. Doc attacks Amaranth and battle ensues. Serena knocks Red Sash off the boat. Resvin, as he does, blows up the deck of the ship, downing Doc. Doc fails one death save. Resvin heals Doc. Serena takes a final non-lethal blow to Amaranth. Ship captain is dead. Tied up Amaranth. Resvin and Serena land the boat. Fade to black.
Very nice. Anybody care to add anything to that?
Told you it was like bullet point notes.
I'm just asking. I'm not saying it. It was really good. Take 5 experience. Actually, fuck. Take 25 experience. Right.
Alright.
Leave that open.
You did forget that we tied her up.
Nope. We tied her up.
Oh,
Tied up.
okay.
Yeah.
Found, gagged, found, what was on there? There was a custom crossbow for Rez, leather cylinder with some 3 flaming bolts, 2 icy bolts. I got punching daggers that slide into wristlets. Cargo hold really didn't have crap in there. Split mail, a barrel of swords.
Is the splint mail magical or anything like that?
If I remember correctly, it was not magical, but it was well crafted. Like a ceremonial.
I guess I'll take that to sell.
Okay, there's a ceremonial piece. It looks like it's really well put together. It feels fairly light, like about 10 pounds under book weight, and has like a silver filigree on a lot of the scales, depicting sigils of sigils of the various crests of the cities of Cormyr.
Cities of where?
Of Cormyr, like all of the cities of Cormyr have a flag. Or a crest, rather, and so their crests are all filigreed into various scales of the scale mail. It looks like a collector's piece. And that is our review, gentlemen. That's an interesting track name. How's this one going to treat us?
One other thing, is there like a like I'm new to D&D Beyond.
Mm-hmm.
Is there like an option to add a custom item?
There is.
Yeah.
If you go into the equipment, you can customize any item.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So they're getting video settings figured here.
And what's the status on the deckhands?
So,
need to
if I
swap
remember
out.
correctly, the deckhands got knocked out, or
Yeah, I knocked 2 of them out. The third got magic missiled.
yeah. So he's you can't really do subdual through a magic missile, so he's very dead. He's caught a slight case of death.
And the
So-
red sash guy got knocked over both.
Yeah, he's off in the river.
Yeah.
Did
There's a montage. Sorry.
Did anyone ashore see me shove the guy off the boat?
The boat was well away from the docks. By I think that was the second round when you shoved him off. Third round.
Yeah, I think I might have a plan.
So he would be swimming back towards the docks, but you guys have floated down probably about a kilometer from Arabelle. And it's important to note that the river is actually, if you're looking at a map, it's to the left of Arabelle. And so Arabelle, the city proper, is to the right, across the river from the side that the boat crashes onto. Now, that said, I suppose we should do something like this. Oh, this fucking app. It's coming. Yeah, cool. As the whole of the ship careens to the one side, Serena holds as hard as she can. Resvin watches futilely as the whole of it comes in towards the bank. The rocks foreboding as the whole of it crunches in, pushing forward through. The rock shifts ever so slightly as the camera pans against as you all make dex checks.
I'm having a very hard time hearing you.
Dex checks!
The music's drowning you out.
Dexterity checks.
Dex checks.
Modified 10?
Is not gonna
Modified
be
8.
If you got single digits, you're on your ass.
on my
19.
ass. 7.
I think we landed.
Lovelace stumbles into the stairs and topples over, angrily shouting as she does. Aldous, would you roll a 10?
7.
7. Even better. You lose your balance falling forward. Roll me another save to not fall off the edge.
Dex also?
Yes.
11.
You just barely manage to not as you drop to a knee and fall to the one side, still up on the one floor. As the camera pans along, as the whole of the place rumbles and tumbles about. We see in the distance as Serena makes her check for a
10?
and Resvin.
19.
Terrific. Holding onto the steering wheel as best you can, Serena pitches towards the railing. Roll me a save to not fall into the drink.
Dex?
Yes, please.
13.
Terrific stuff. Although the railing breaks away on the one side, you manage to push yourself off of the main support. Tumbling to the one side, you drop down on your back. Finally stopping as the whole of the ship rocks back and forth with the waters pitching against it. Resin holding onto the wheel, helpless to steer in any direction, given that the nose is now ground. The whole of the ship creaks helplessly against the rocks.
Let's get the hell off this boat.
Armorant spits as she gets herself up to her feet best she can. Her hands,
I thought we tied her.
her hands are bound
Yeah, I thought we
behind her
bound her
back.
and gagged her.
Yeah.
Oh, did you gag her too? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Make sure you gag her.
Fair enough. She still tries to spit some, and as she gets up, she can see that her nose is bleeding down her face, having smashed into the deck of the ship. I'm gonna see you all. She tries to speak through the gag, but the blood chokes her out as she decides that breathing is more important than threatening you.
All right, Serena, if you can grab her, what do you guys want to do with the other deckhands? We got to get off this boat.
They're lolling about, still unconscious, although the one's making some noises.
Pitch him over.
Throw him over.
Pitch him
All right,
over.
into the water they
No,
go.
I spared their lives. They are my responsibility.
Then
See
you
them
throw
if
them
we
over.
can. I can take 2.
You can take 2 and throw them both over.
Oh.
They'll wake up. They'll be fine.
Yeah,
I-
the problem is when they
they're
wake up and
sailors.
they tell everybody what happened. It's not going to be so good.
I mean, my preference would be we take them ashore and just tie them to a tree and eventually tell somebody to come rescue them.
Before a bear eats them? That's a good idea.
Hopefully.
An owl bear, maybe? These
think
forests
that-
are known for some freakies.
You know what? I'm okay with that plan. Let's tie him up somewhere not obvious because people are going to be coming for this boat. Are we lighting the boat on fire or are we just leaving it? What are we doing?
As the rain continues to patter down around you, you watch in the distance as comically a lightning strikes a tree. Lightning bolt strikes a tree, setting it ablaze.
Get the hell out of here.
Sparks
Let's tie him to
fly
that
from
one.
it for a moment, and it sways back and forth, but the rain quickly puts the fires out. The pine
Alright.
sits still aloft. Fucking bugs in here, crazy right now. Gentlemen, as you were.
Yeah, let's time up.
All right, take him off the boat, tie him up somewhere out of sight. We're taking her with us. Where are we going? Let's get off the ship and are we heading back to try and catch up with Rothric? What are we doing here?
I like that idea,
sounds fun,
actually.
yeah.
You know what? He'll have some really good ideas on how to discredit her the best.
Just remember, if we leave these 2 idiots alive, the chances of them telling other people what we did
Do you have any sleep poison?
probably pretty high. Yes, we can call it sleep poison. I will gladly stab them with sleep poison.
A really long sleep poison.
We don't have to tell Serena. Hint, hint.
I will roll insight to try and figure it out, but Charles is on board with Serena one.
I understand, but listen, I worked out for my best interest,
Yeah.
and what I'm looking at here is that we're taking their leader. We need to be able to throw a ruse to embarrass her and have everything else happen. Having these 2 guys turn around and tell anybody something ain't gonna happen very well. So, even if we all start walking off, whatever we're doing, I am going to double back either way, one way or the other, and slit their throats and roll them down in the river. I mean,
Could hamstring them.
Guys, you got time's a ticking, man. You guys got to do something.
yeah, quick.
Okay, let's just get them all ashore for right now, and if you want to try to take them out later, that's
Okay. All right. So we're getting to shore. Is he agreed upon that we're going to go try and find Rothric?
Keep in mind, you're only a kilometer down the stretch.
Yeah.
How
we gotta
long do
get
you
the hell out
think
of
it
here.
takes the Iron Throne to mobilize a wagon full of soldiers?
Yeah. So let's get the hell out of here. If anything, I would say actually try and get off into the woods and actually, is the dock that we were at, is that in the direction of town?
It's you're actually just about parallel with town currently. The
Alright.
the warehouse is up the river north from town by about half a click. So your
Okay.
township, if the warehouse is over there, the town is sorry. If the town's over there, the warehouse. If the warehouse is over there, the town is just over yonder.
Okay.
I threw all the depth charges into my backpack.
Okay, fair enough.
Oh.
Just for the record, they're about 3 pounds apiece, but they're about I want to say 2 feet by 2 feet in the shape of like they're a volleyball-sized thing.
Yep.
Okay.
Into the
Did the
Dagon.
captain have anything on him?
The which now? Oh,
Did the captain have
you can look him over if you want. You want to loot him?
Yeah, I'll just do that.
Okay. With a quick scan, he's got upon him some nice vestments, although they're perforated, and burnt, and in fact his face is molten. But my point being is he's got a nice spyglass, although from the heat of the explosion, it's got a slight curvature to it. And actually, you know what? Odds or evens?
Evens.
Evens it is, and the spyglass is okay. The explosion did not seem to shatter the lens, but it does have a slight curvature to it. That is to say, you'd have to like do this to see something over there.
If
But it works.
I recall correctly, didn't one of you need the spyglass for something?
Rez.
Of yourself?
The lenses being the most expensive part, it seems it's still intact. Resvin could probably fashion a new spyglass. That said, he's got upon him a purse within which he's got an organized set of coin stacks. There seem to be 4 stacks of, you think, gold coins as you peel them apart. You can see one is gold, 2 are silver, and the last one is copper. They are all stacks of 25 coins apiece. So there's 50 gold, 25 silver, and 25 copper.
Alright, I found it, so I'm gonna split it even.
Okay. He's
How
got a
much is
quill
that?
and ink, a couple parchments upon him, folded, not rolled up or anything fancy. And he's got a pair of flasks. One's water, the other seems to be liquor of some sort.
Can I do a perception check on the liquor?
Sure, it seems potent from a whiff. Do you taste it?
It explodes.
I think I'm gonna hold off until we're in a better spot.
It's fine. You also find a pair of keys.
Pair of what?
Keys.
Okay.
Are you guys off the ship? Like, you
Yeah.
guys gotta go.
I'm assuming this happened like right after the fight, so this was still the conclusion of the last one. All right, so Serena, you're carrying the 2 guys off the ship, and you're going to tie them up to the tree nearest the river. And the rest of us are going to grab Armorant, and we're going to start, frog marching her out into the loop in the direction of town. Does that sound about right, gentlemen?
Yep.
Now, when you say frog marching, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean,
I wasn't sure about that. I was just going with it.
Yeah, we're just grabbing her behind her elbows and moving her along, kind of.
Gotcha. Okay. That said, are you guys taking the road?
Not.
Well, the one road's going up to the village, right? And the other one goes up to the.
There's a bridge
dock.
that way. There is a bridge. It's down there a ways. You're just gonna have to take my word on it. It's a game of imagination, gentlemen. But
Okay.
that said, chances are, I mean, this is just your insight talking to you. There's gonna be people watching that bridge.
Technically, we're kidnappers because she's not she's a criminal, but she's not a wanted criminal. So we should
Yeah,
probably
there's a
stick
bounty
to
on
the-
her head. There's a
Yeah, I don't think
bounty
we're
on
looking
her
to
head.
take. I don't think we're looking to take the road, but I mean, my thought would be get off the road, but move in the direction of where danger is coming from, because they're not. I mean, we have to move that way anyway to get towards the town. Or do we have to cross the? We're on the opposite side of the river. Is that what you were saying?
Well, to get to Erebel, yeah.
Because Rothric is in town, right?
Oh yeah,
Uh-huh.
and he's sitting. Oh, where did fucking? Oh, there he is. Okay. And as he sits across his desk from Tomas. He looks upon him and says, I'm sorry, what the fuck are you doing here? Oh, sorry. I'm sorry, what the fuck are you doing here?
I was called for another duty. I couldn't go with them.
You couldn't go with them. Fair, it's not my business, but I will say your skills largely would have been of good use, I imagine.
They
Regardless.
can handle themselves. It's gonna be a little more showy than you would like, but I trust my people.
What is it you need of me, then?
Let's see. They probably did something stupid, and they're probably on the run right now. If I know Resvin, he exploded something, and if I know Doc, he probably tried to kill somebody, and if I know Aldous, he probably
Just wait.
magic missiled somebody. And I really don't know what Serena does, but I'm pretty sure Serena does something with that double-bladed scimitar thing. So I need transportation.
He gives a nod at all this. Indeed, I'd say you do. He, thinks about it a moment and then says, I'll give you a wagon, a horse,
Covering?
and 2 of my best.
I need
Simple.
wagons with covering. I need a wagon with the ability to hide people.
He gives a nod at this and he says, yes, I imagine you would. I do not have a stage, I have a cargo tent. That is to say, it has a tarpaulin over it, a leather covering.
It's fine.
Yes,
Okay.
we typically use it to carry refuse, so it hasn't been washed recently.
It's
It'll be
raining
the perfect
outside,
cover.
so it doesn't really matter.
Right. He looks around for a moment and he snaps his fingers. He says, I need my man. My man, where is he? And a moment later, his attendant shows up and he says, see to it that we have our 2 sergeants available. Have them armed and at a wagon. Prepare a horse, the fastest that we have. And he thinks about it a moment. And he looks towards you, Tomas, and he says, go with him. And the attendant looks towards you and then looks at Roderick and says, who is attending, sir? When you say our best, there are a few that come to mind. And he says, with a nod, we'll take Markham, and I should think Rigger as well. Markham and Rigger will do. See to it that Rigger has his best bow. And gives a nod at this. Markham is my finest steedsman. He'll see to it that that wagon does not waver as it's bringing you to and fro. Go! See to it that you're all successful in this, otherwise it may be all our heads. And he looks into the fire that's raging across the room.
I go get the cart ready.
The attendant turns on his heel and leads you out towards the stable, pointing at it, and then says, I shall return forthwith. I must summon the men. And he
How long will that be?
he veers off only but a moment. He veers off to the one side, and you see him head towards the messenger booth at the gate of the place. And just so happens there's a page in attendance there that he consults with for a moment, and then comes back towards you, leading you into the stable, where a moment later he consults with the stable hand there. And over the course of a few efficient moments, you watch as he puts together a wagon, a horse, and a couple quivers of arrows stacked against the railing. A sword is sheathed and placed against the wagon driver's side, along with a crossbow loaded and a quiver of bolts. The attendant simply waits by as the stablesman sets this all up, straps the horses, and a moment later, you watch in the distance as a burly fellow and a lithe, tall fellow come into view. Both bearded, dressed clad in leathers, and the one with a rather large longbow strapped across his back and chest walk towards you, and as they approach, the one gives you a nod and says, "You him?"
Yeah, you Rigger and Markham then.
"I'm Rigger," says the tall fellow. "I'm Markham." And they step into position, the one grabbing the reins. The burly fellow jumps into the driver's seat as Rigger jumps up into the back of the wagon, as agile as one could be. He looks over towards the tarp and sets to work almost immediately, spreading it out, hooking it at the sides, and then leaving it down on the ground. He positions himself sitting upon it. He says, "Are we to go then?" He looks down at you.
Let's move.
As you
Let's go
mount-
to the docks.
Do you
I'll
sit
show
in the
you
back
way.
or do you sit on the bench?
I'll sit right beside Markham. In front, if that's possible.
It is. And with a snap of the reins, the horse takes off out of the stablery. He speeds up, quick as he can, as he hits out on the open road. That doesn't quite work, but as you head towards the gray horizon, the foreboding skies break to shower you with sprinkles at first, and then, as lightning flashes, the promised storm comes. As the horse continues to pat against the ground, now moistening, leading to splashes and deep hoof prints, the horse protests some as you rush against the striking reins to save your friends. As you speed along the road, though, Markham shouts out against the storm and the rain to extol regarding what you see up ahead, and that is the shapes of several horses, several horsemen, racing down the path. He says, "How have we caught up to them?" And you watch as they veer to the one side, slowing down, and Markham does in kind, slowing as he do. And he says, "If they're searching, they'll be thinking oddly of us going by. What do we tell them?" Rigger leans over towards the quivers and pulls several arrows out from the quiver. Knocking 3 arrows into his fist, he gets prepared for the worst. He sidles down against the railing, leaving only his shoulders and head exposed, as he says, "Do as you will, I'm prepped." Markham looks at you, Tomas. "What are we doing?"
Let's just, is there a back road at all? Is there a way to get to the docks without them knowing to seeing us or no?
He looks at you for a moment. "No, man, this is the road. You want to reach your friends. This is the only way."
I'll talk if we'll go by and I'll bullshit my way through like I do.
He looks at you, agape, and says to Rigger, "You're ready for the worst, my brother." And he gives the horse reins a snap to speed them up. As the horseback riders veer off to the one side, one stays in the road, chopping about in the muck. As you come towards him, Markham looks at him, looks at you, and as the horseman holds up a hand aloft, Rigger says, "You gonna do him?" And Markham says, "Yeah, I think so." And he snaps the reins even harder. And as he do, you watch as he suddenly brings the sword up against, and you hear the shwink of it as it slides out of its position ever so expertly. As the rain slaps down all around you and you go to protest, you watch as with a 15 plus bonus, with the momentum of the cart, his broadsword, he slashes it, backhanded style, against the fellow's hand and neck. Everything slows down in side profile as you watch the silhouettes of the 2 horsemen disappearing down the embankment to search for their compatriot. As Rigger looks over for a moment with his arrows, he says, Does it look like I'm necessary for this one? He peers
God.
back as you speed by. The fellow's arm and head land in the muck, staring back towards you, comically, the arm sticking up, waving. As you...
Was it an Iron Throne person or was it a city's guard?
You're not sure.
God damn it, Markham.
He looks at you and says, "What is it? What's happened?"
Well, you might have killed the city guard. That could have happened. Whatever. Go.
I am going.
Faster.
He gives the horses a snap. As you wish, but if we topple, it's on you. The wagon races away from the camera as mud kicks up into the lens. We watch as the wagon quickly disappears against the rains, blue light and fog closing around and enveloping the view as it opens up to show Doc look away from the two tied up fellows next to the tree. Serena in the background surveying the river splashing against the boat as it rocks, ever helplessly against the current. Resvin and Aldous stand aside with the bitch, herself Lady Lovelace, fuming but silent, aside
Right.
you.
So, guys, what do you think? Do we try and hide off in the woods here? They wouldn't assume that we would hang around. Let's see what they are up to. Let's give the lady a good whack on the head. Let's knock her back out and make our way off into the woods. And maybe they'll find these two guys sitting here.
Billy,
Yeah,
I search her.
cool.
Like thoroughly for the like she had that magic rune stone. I search her thoroughly.
Cool. You come in towards her as she's crouched down on the riverbank there, and as you come towards her, something is happening, and the hairs on the back of your neck quickly raise up. Your adrenaline starts flowing. You're really not sure why, but then you see it as she breaks the bonds aside
God damn
and
it.
pulls a small blade out from in her hand. You're like, where the fuck did she have that? But she breaks the bonds off, throwing the ropes to the side. She looks around for a moment and says, "What's it to be, gentlemen?" As you come towards her, do you stop or do you keep coming towards her?
I take a depth charge out of my back.
No. Who's in what position here? I mean, am I behind her? Is anybody around here?
Yeah, actually, can we? Yeah, let's see what goes on first.
This is the scene.
Okay.
So she is facing Rez.
Okay, so
She stands up.
She's the one with the staff in the
She
back.
stands
or-
up proud with the blade in her hand. It looks like a little kind of skinning knife with a little T handle, and she's got it sticking out between her hands, so it's like a little guillotine sticking out like this. And as she stands there proudly for a moment, she says, "It's not often," and she wipes off the blade, "that somebody manages to best one of us. We are willing to deal. We are a business after all. What's it to be, gentlemen? What is the goal here? Does somebody have a price on my head? We'll double it. Does somebody want a piece of what we have? We'll cut them in if they're worth it. We'll crush them if they're not. You seem to be worth it, so the question becomes, what's your price? What do you feel you're worth? And perhaps the Iron Throne sees fit to give you a seat."
I mean, I'd be knocking an arrow as soon as this bitch stood up. So,
You're rushing in on her?
no, not rushing in on her. As soon as I heard this start up, I've already got starting to go for my bow, and yeah, there's not a whole lot of waiting in this
I'm
discussion.
gonna get an ice arrow ready, or an ice bolt ready on the silver crossbow, which is as tall as I am.
I am drawing my double-bladed scimitar and getting ready to dodge in case she goes for me first.
Okay.
I'll just be the nice one. Do you want to ask her where the platinum is?
Yeah. I'll be the diplomatic one here.
You guys know shit without me, honestly.
And I don't know shit without Thomas. Like, I know we're chasing this bitch down and there is a price on her head, and I don't know why. But
Roderick told us that there's a price on Amber's head. There's a bounty on her.
yeah, that's
Better
all
alive.
I remember.
He's the one that put the bounty on her.
Uh-huh.
Him and the banker boys, yeah.
Yeah, him and the banker boys.
Yeah.
Now, did he explain to you guys? He explained to you guys why. Yeah.
I didn't take that notice that day.
That's fine. I mean, his explanation was she made it personal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll just tell her, I'll say, as a matter of fact, we have been hired to take you out. And, but I feel like he said something about she's going to be replaced on the island, right?
Yeah. Listen, you can come with us alive or dead. It's up to you.
Yeah, so there is a bounty on her head, and there has been a move to take your seat in the Iron Throne.
She gives a nod at this.
We've
You're
merely been
telling her
hired
this?
to
I
bring
just
you
wanna
in,
be sure.
dead or alive.
Okay, cool. She looks towards you slowly. Is that so? And are you part of this movement?
We have merely just been hired. We were hired for one task that led to another task that ended up following the Platinum to the Iron Throne, to you, and got stuck in this manhunt for you.
As she looks over towards Serena, brandishing the blade, and then glances back towards you as you finish, she focuses on Doc, and she says, "Yes, the money. Always follow the money. I assume you know what it's for. Yes?"
No, but we can discuss it later.
We've heard whispers, but we're not sure. Why don't you clarify it for us?
Are free to tell us when you put down that knife. Criticize it with you're embarrassing yourself.
Oh,
Wrong
my
to me.
apologies. And she simply slides it back down into her legging there of her boot. And as she stands back up, she says, "I don't need a knife, nor do I wish to bring you any harm. I don't have to be the one to cause harm if I want it. What I want is to understand what you want. So tell me, gentlemen, again, what's it to be?"
Guys, the bounty's alive or dead. Her choice if she wants to come with us or we carry her out of here. Either way, we gotta get the hell out of here. We
She
can't.
gives a little bit of a giggle at this and says, "Alive or dead is the bounty that you will be paid
So,
for my
Yes.
head. But what sort of bounty do you imagine the throne might put on your head for my death? And I bid ask you, would it be dead or alive, or would they simply ask for it dead?"
Thus, my lady,
Sorry, go ahead.
begins the plot to unravel the throne.
The rain continues to patter down against her, and she looks down at you and says, "You're the one that detonated the ship, are you not?"
Yes.
She looks over at the ship as it continues to just kind of pathetically.
I
Bounce
give
against
Doc
the
my
rocks.
crossbow with the ice arrow in order to keep it trained on her. And I go over with my rope and I ask her to present her hands. And if she doesn't, I tell Doc to fire.
Okay.
Your stop.
No, she's not.
My desire is to get dry.
I'm
With
going.
you.
I'm gonna circle around the back of her in case she tries anything funny.
As you guys move in upon her, she misty steps away.
She's a mage, guys. Why are you guys doing it like she's a mage?
She what steps away?
Misty
She's
steps.
30 feet away.
Fire.
No.
Sorry, what did you say, Dooley? I couldn't hear what you said.
She misty steps away like a
What is-
mouse.
What is Misty Step?
She teleports 30 feet away from you all. Somewhere, I don't know where.
Okay.
I cast
Why
a
have we
message.
been talking?
I don't know, you guys.
Can Doc fire because he was prepared for her to pull some shit?
Am I allowed to fire in the hopes of catching her beforehand? I've been a proponent of killing this bitch ever since we saw her, so...
That's fine. It's a bonus action on her part, and it's verbal, so no. She misty steps the fuck away from you guys.
Okay.
Do they see where they
I'd
shoot
like
back?
to cast message,
Okay, you do so.
and I would like to tell her, your offer sounds good. I understand my colleagues are a bit rambunctious. Would you be willing to come with us so we can exact revenge on those who wanted to knock you out of your seat?
I would say that your response comes back. You had your chance.
She only Misty Step is only 30 feet. Do they see her where she is?
In as much as I said Misty Step, I want everyone to understand, as far as you're concerned, she just disappeared.
Got it.
And after I receive a message back, I'll tell everybody she's still close. Look.
Bam. There you go.
Can I roll perception?
Yeah.
You
That's what you should
absolutely may.
do. I would like to look around also.
Nice. That is 21.
All right.
That's probably my best roll ever.
I got a 20 on perception.
As you guys scour about for the moment, as she attempts to
22.
make an escape, you listen as she spluts in the muck just yonder. Falling over pathetically because I literally rolled a 1 on my stealth.
Yes.
Yeah.
As we notice her, I'll cast message to her again, even though I know she's probably close enough to hear me talk anyway.
Can we roll initiative?
And I'll just tell her that we've all got our eyes trained on you. Let's talk this out.
She yells back, "Fine, let's talk!" As the rain patters down and
All right.
lightning flashes.
I want to dash over there. We need to restrain her and cover her mouth again. Pull that shit out of her leggings, and we need to carry this bitch out of here. We are standing out here.
We're rolling
Let's
initiative,
get
man.
gone.
We're thoroughly rolling initiative. This is happening.
She can't have much health left, right? No, none of us had a chance.
No, but you guys also have the Iron
Yeah.
Throne from the dogs coming for you.
Yeah.
Coming. Yeah.
You guys have been wasting time.
18, that's what I've been saying. Why are we talking? 18.
She's stalling. That you guys know that, right? She's stalling.
But I've been
do
telling
realize
you
that.
since the fucking start of this. Could you just stamp the bitch and let's go?
I thought she was
Doc,
unconscious.
I'm not there. I would have.
No, I'm not blaming you, Tomas. Hold on. No, you know what? Serena, you go restrain that bitch. I'm literally gonna walk over and slice the two guys' throats and just push them in the river.
I thought she was.
I
I thought she was unconscious.
My main concern right now is subduing her.
Yeah, you go subdue her. I'm gonna go slice the other two guys and throw them in the river before they get up and fuck with us.
I rolled like shit for initiative, so
Oh, then you're not going first then to get with her. But I've got
Do-
it. Anybody else
do I
get better
get-
than an 18?
I don't need to roll initiative. Do I or do I?
No, you're
Plus
good.
4. I got
Yeah.
21.
Okay.
All right.
19.
Right.
All right, so we get 21 or 19. You guys are going first?
Doc, you eager beaver, what's your initiative?
18. Just fucking pissed now.
Serena, talk to me.
2.
2 for Serena. Aldous, what's up?
What is it? 17, 18, 19.
Terrific. And my man Resman, what's up?
I got 21.
Ow! With a 21. Your dungeon master today will be going on a 9 plus bonus. Here, right in the fucking middle. And so with that, Resman, you're up. Let's hear about what you blow up. I mean, your turn.
I'm going to ice knife her.
Ooh. Yes.
What about that depth charge? I liked that idea. Okay, so ice knife it is as you hurl forward a blazing cold blade of. Am I getting this right? I haven't looked at the description of this shit.
Yeah. You need to make a deck save.
All right, terrific. Thank
Yes.
you. With a 17 plus bonus, I'm going to, like a bouse. Actually, you just hit the tree. Is really what it is. Firing this thing forward, much to your chagrin, it just hits the tree.
She
Yes.
does take ice.
We blow up.
Does she take half the damage?
Yeah,
look
ice
it
knife is
Yeah.
On a hit, the target takes 10 or 1d10 piercing damage. Hit or miss, the shard explodes. So I rolled a hit, and then she rolls.
a deck save too.
Then she rolls a deck save. Okay.
So we skip the attack.
Oh,
Sorry.
so you didn't roll the attack roll. You still have to roll an attack roll.
Okay. I'm gonna roll it. So 12 plus 7 is.
Are you going to
19.
move first, given that you have a tree legit blocking your path? Also,
I'm going to legit move.
she
first.
is legit laying down, and you're legit on a slope, so legit you're at disadvantage. So also, would you like to move?
I have disadvantage.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Not to
She's
mention
prone
she has
right now,
complete
so-
cover. Like she has complete cover because
Okay.
of a tree, plus you have disadvantage because she's prone, and over 5 feet away, 10 feet away from you.
Okay. I see.
It's
Okay,
difficult
so-
terrain in the muck, never mind the slope, so it's actually exceptionally difficult terrain. This is a thing, but I'm only going to charge you half. So, as it were, it costs you twice as much to move the terrain if you're going up in the muck.
Okay. I have a maximum of 25 feet walking speed, so I can move 12 feet. I don't know where I am on that. I don't know how far.
You are here. 25
okay.
feet is this much. That means you can move to about here. To here? We'll be generous. Fuck it. You slog your fucking way up there.
Okay. Can I see her?
You can see her just barely around the bend. You
Okay,
still have a
so
plus 2 to hit her with
Ice
a
knife
range.
is like it's a magic spell, right? That's gonna shoot.
Yeah, it's still a ranged spell attack, yo. So you still have a plus 2 for the tree in your way, and disadvantage for her being prone.
So roll again, Resvin. So you got a 21 on first roll.
And the second one I got an
So it's 18 or better at disadvantage.
I got an 18 on the second one. I don't remember what.
You got a 12
got-
on the first one.
It's 12 plus
Well-
bonus.
12 plus 7 on the first one.
You hit.
And then I got 11 plus 7 on the second one.
Well, you hit in either case.
Okay. So, it's 1d10 piercing. Hit or miss, it explodes, and then each target within 5 feet of it must do a dexterity or take the cold damage. So I don't know if she takes the
She
cold
does.
damage or not.
Do you want to roll it or should I?
You.
So roll your 1d10 damage, Resvin.
I got an 8.
So 8 and 9 for 17 points. Let's splay out against her. As you fire forward the ice knife. And it splays into her a moment later. As it stabs into her, she squeals in pain. As it explodes, she says, "So much for talk!" And at that, it is over to Aldous.
Oh, she hits fast.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Why is she not dead?
You know what? Let's
Why are we
cast.
not killing?
This is my last first level spell. Let's cast Sleep on her.
Doesn't work, my friend. She's an elf.
Oh, that's right.
So you wasted your spell slot.
Yep.
He already casted it.
I think I did that earlier.
He would know.
Yesterday.
He already casted. He casted it like
Last
10 minutes
time.
ago. You would know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then fucking firebolt.
Sounds good.
D2. Does that attack? Spell attack. That's a
Disadvantage.
fucking miss anyways. It's a 3, and then it's a 16, so 3 plus 5. It probably misses. 5, 6, 7,
Yeah.
8. Yep. So just.
But with that, it's over to Doc. As the firebolt goes sailing overhead, what do you do, Doc?
Am I realistically? Am I even anywhere near being able to get to this?
No.
bitch?
You can double
Yeah.
move to her.
No, you can dash her with your bonus action, Doc. So I don't
Yeah.
know if that'll be. He would have 20.
Actually, no, you couldn't even.
Oh,
You can't
no.
even reach her on a double move. You're still 5 feet away.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm just turning around and slicing the two guys sitting
All
by
right,
the
fair enough.
Get it done. Let's move on.
As you turn around and stab them out of existence, one after the next, carving them out, they don't really react other than the one that kind of gasps, and then that's it. They cease to breathe. As you turn back your attention towards the distance, you watch as yet again there's another blink, and a moment later, she disappears again.
What the fuck? Great. I guess. Do I have still another thing? Can I do another perception check before it was my other action, or no? Was that my 2 actions? Was this like the,
Yeah.
That's better. You may absolutely do me a perception check.
A 1 plus 5 is a 6.
As you try to pay attention around, the adrenaline coursing through you, the blood on your hands, the thunder overhead, the cacophony behind you as your friends are barraging towards her, the grunts of Serena's frustration as her turn comes up. It's all so much to contend with. Serena, it's your turn.
Can I try perception to figure out where she is?
Absolutely.
14.
Nope. You have no fucking clue. The rain down around you as you looked upon the muddy print where she used to lie on the other side of the tree. You look at Resin's frustrated expression, and you look around at the boat, pathetically smashing against the waves.
With that 14, would she notice if anybody from the docks were coming for them at all, or no?
You haven't seen anything yet.
No. Okay.
At any rate, I am going to assume she teleported as far from us as possible. I'm going to take out my javelin and try to dash to catch up with her as best I can.
I assume she's invisible, and so I'm looking for her.
I'm just gonna keep going in the same direction that she teleported away from us first. Like, I'm just going to assume she's going as far as possible away.
That's fine. I just have to check slots here, sorry.
I'm literally just gonna throw my hands in the air like fuck this shit. I'm just walking away. That's literally it at this point. Like I'm just walking away from everybody else. I'm not there when the rest of the cavalry shows up. This is completely fucked.
I'm investigating Dooley.
Mm-hmm.
I'm expecting her to be invisible.
Well, you guys are still in initiative, so gotta wait.
Yeah, so at this point, it is still Serena's turn. Rolling perception, you don't see anything, but you still have movement. So, I mean, which direction do you want to go?
I'll go pretty much like if if we started at point A and she teleported to point B, I'm gonna keep going in the direction of point B, figuring that she just went as far away as possible. And I guess I will ready a dodge.
So, what does that translate to as a direction?
I mean,
This was where she was.
I guess if I can run past that, I will.
You double move out to the street, looking around as best you can.
I guess that's it.
All right, cool. As the camera pans away from Serena to Resvin's frustrated self, what do you do, buddy?
I'm looking at where she was,
Yeah.
and I have my crossbow out, and I'm going to move to where she was and try and perceive. And if I see her, I'm going to shoot.
Sounds good. No, you don't have that much. You actually end up alive.
13 plus 7 for investigation because I'm proficient.
Perception is what you got to roll here, my man.
Perception? Okay, so...
What's your perception
It'll be a
bonus?
16.
16?
It'll be a 16.
It's quite the drop, unfortunately. As you peer around with a 16, the thunder flashes, and for a moment, you think you see something across the road. But no, you're pretty sure it's just a bush. You're pretty sure. Running out of time to find her.
Crossbow up, and I'm still just scanning around.
That's fine. You hold it aloft. I'll say you ready in action to attack her if she makes an appearance. Yes.
I would like to.
Okay.
That's my goal.
Camera's gonna swing over towards Doc on the other side of the slope.
Yeah, I'm looking for, I'm trying to take it in where we are, figuring where people are approaching from, and I'd like to get myself in a position to surprise whoever is coming at us. So I'm looking to hide somewhere.
Okay.
Because I feel like we're grasping straws for this bitch, and there's people showing up. So I'm trying to find an advantageous spot to unload on people once they get here.
I mean, there's always climbing a tree.
Well, climbing a tree. I mean, you got that large rock up there, a little bush up against it. Is that everyone? I mean, are we assuming the bridge is further downstream?
It's that way. The
Oh,
bridge
it's
is
upstream.
Yeah, the bridge
It's
is upstream. There's
Okay.
another bridge well and downstream, a ways
Yeah, but if
downstream.
it's upstream, that's cool. That's where they'll probably be coming from, right?
Yeah.
So I would probably like to find myself not backed up against the river, but somewhere uphill and in view of where those bodies are, figuring that they're probably going to be an attractant when they show up. So probably about where the vantage point is that you're at right now, somewhere up in that direction where I can get a good look down on them within bow shot and get prepared. Like where the camera view is from right now. No, not over there, not against the river. Like literally, if you put my guy wherever the camera is,
Okay, I got you.
looking down on that. Yeah, I'm trying to find a place to.
That's fine.
That's all and be ready.
There you go. This was here the whole time.
Perfect.
Oh, guys.
Yep.
So, with that said, as you situate yourself there, the camera's gonna pan over your shoulder down along the shore of this place. As it pans all the way across to show her, once again, eyeing towards you in the storm.
How far is she?
She's about 40 some odd from. Oh, actually, is it 30 from you? She's 30 from you. She's about 40 from Serena.
Didn't Resvin have a ready action? Oh, did she appear or not?
Yeah, she's stealth for 23.
Oh, okay. But did Resvin see her at all or no?
Not with a 14.
Okay.
that said, she will creep away. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Oh man. She's gonna stealth the fuck away from you guys. Mucking along, she makes it further away, disappearing from view as she continues up the trail. Given that she's exceptionally weak, low on magical resources, and desperate to flee as quick as possible, the camera pans against her once beautiful face, now marred with a bloody, broken nose, mud and muck, and hair splayed about as the rain spatters upon her. She huffs and chuffs as she makes her way through the brush, blundering as best she can against the thundering rain all around her. As she disappears away from you guys, cursing your presence, the camera pans all the way back over towards where Resident stands alongside Serena. And as it zooms in upon you, showing your form next to the largely contrasted one of your companion, what do?
I'm gonna try to track her footprints.
Hey, there's some thinking. Throw me survival.
All right, that is a 22.
All right. Looking around.
Okay, sorry, Dooley. Like, I ran to the spot to see, like, if she was invisible. That
No, but
even
it's,
footprints would have been like glaringly obvious.
No. Hold on. Relax a moment.
Not? Okay. Cool enough.
two different skills.
No, hold on. I said she disappeared, right?
Yeah.
I said there's pounding rain around, right?
Mhm.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
As you, with a 22, look around, it suddenly strikes you. She disappeared. There are no fucking footprints nearby. You've got to scan in some direction, and I'm going to give you that direction. So pick a direction to look in.
Okay.
For
So
Serena.
I went to where I was where she was, right?
Yeah. And she teleported away from there.
Okay. So if she teleported away again,
There's no
because
footprints.
she teleported the once.
Yeah.
If she teleported away again, then that's good. Okay, we're cool. I wouldn't have. That's fine. I was not expecting her to teleport again. But
I even use sound effects.
Yeah.
yeah, but that could be anything. Like your sound effects could be like going invisible. Could be.
It's an intense moment, isn't it, my friend? This is high
You
stress,
guys,
isn't it?
you guys
It's-
are frustrated. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But you know
I'm
something?
sorry.
I want to say something just to make you feel a little better. Your prey, who you're so worried about becoming a predator, she's scared too. Because
Yeah.
she's pretty fucked up too.
I said we should have killed her.
She's even more
You're not
fucked up
scared,
now.
bitch.
Like, she's on the verge of just passing out from blood loss. But which direction are you searching in,
Okay.
Serena?
So I'm
And I'm gonna tell ya.
standing over. I think she's invisible. I'm standing where she was, and so I am not searching in a direction. That's. I'm not metagaming.
I'll tell you
like-
why, is because it's Serena's fucking turn.
Yeah.
But that
it's still
said,
true.
the fact is, my man, that I have a scatter die. And to keep
Yeah.
this honest, you gotta detect in a direction. Now, throw me insight. Actually, what's your passive insight? She went that way.
Who, for Serena or for Res?
Mine's only 13.
This is Serena's turn, guys. Everybody chill. I'm asking Serena.
Hold
I'm
on.
talking
Can I
to Serena.
interject real quick?
Charles,
I
I'm
think
talking
I
to you, buddy.
skipped.
Insight
I
is
skipped.
11.
I'm sorry, what did you roll for a passive? Sorry, your passive is 11?
My passive is 11. I can make a regular insight roll if you want.
So you think to yourself that this bitch is probably running back to her crew. That goes without saying. You know, you got above average there. We'll give you that.
Okay.
So you're gonna search in what direction then?
I don't think she gives a shit about the two crewmen who Doc just killed. Well, I don't know they're dead, but I do figure she probably doesn't care about them. She's probably going to go to the road to flag somebody down.
So, which way do you
I-
search? Give me a direction.
I guess towards the road. I did not find anything with the 22, right? There are no direct footprints to lead me in anyone's.
Well, I am being generous in this regard, being that you have movement still, don't you? From where you're
Yeah.
situated, you haven't moved yet.
No, I get that. I guess towards the road.
Towards the base? Well, you're on the road.
Oh right. I'm sorry. What are my options again?
You have to search for these footprints, but you have to pick a direction to go to search them. Because there's no footprints nearby the body. The body
So
print has no footprints next to it because she teleported away. But if it's like before, where she teleported within close distance, then chances are you have a chance to find her again. But where'd she go? And you have to pick a direction.
So like north, south, east, west, that kind of deal.
Well, I mean, if you look at where you're situated next to Resvin, which direction do you run in? Do you run across the road looking for her? Do you run left or do you run right?
I guess I will go left.
My left or your dude's left? Or, like, the camera facing left? Like, that left?
My character's left.
So this way?
Yep.
Okay, so that's the base and this is towards nowhere.
Okay.
Is that your final answer? You're still gonna search left? This way? Or towards the base? Or this way?
I guess the other way.
So you're gonna search that way?
Yep.
Towards the base?
Sure.
Alright. So as you rush over 30 feet, the camera pans against the scene to show between the trees as Lovelace watches you rush over towards her tracks. With bated breath, she stares as you close the distance and looking around see footprints leading from this tree away. Do you shout back? What do you, you fall over drunk. So what do you do?
What? Sorry, I can't hear you.
Is that better?
Yeah, I think so.
So as I was saying, she watches as you rush in towards her boot prints in the muck.
Uh-huh.
And as you come in close and find the prints of the 22, do you shout back towards your companions?
Yes.
Alright. She gives a little bit of a gasp as she considers her options. And the camera pans to show Resvin's face kind of light up in the distance.
Can I throw my javelin?
At her, you have it in your hand. With a 22, you found her tracks, but you still don't see her. She still
Okay.
rolled 19 plus bonus plus cover. So she's still hiding in some muck and branches and the general malaise of the storm around. Still can't see her.
I guess I'll just keep ready to throw it at the first chance I get.
You ready in action at the first sign of her. And as this occurs, Resvin, the camera, pans ever so slightly to show your glee-ridden
got
self. Hey?
Oh yeah, all this got skipped.
Oh, all this?
The
I'm
last
sorry,
thing I
buddy.
did was shot a firebolt at her.
Oh,
and
my
she
bad,
was still
dude.
Visible.
Dude, my bad. Hi, how are you?
I guess I'm just gonna move in the direction that she
Combat
was,
mode, Aldous.
and that's probably gonna be it.
So you're what now? Following the shouts?
Yeah.
That sounds
yeah.
good. Dainty and graceful, and also as an apology for skipping you there. You make your way all the way across the place without issue. Oh my god, you're so quick as an elf. Look at you go. Anyway, so as you roast in, suddenly you're there.
Yeah. And it's
Double move, okay? All right, cool.
Yeah.
Serena's shouting about it, points them out. They're right there. Yeah, that's about all I can really say for it.
Did
Yeah.
Serena say any? Did you say anything to him or just us? Or to her or just us? Serena?
I thought Serena shouted out about it.
You just us. You didn't say anything to her then. Okay.
She yelled over here, right?
Yeah, she yelled
Yeah,
at.
just to us. Serena yelled just to us. She didn't yell to Armranth also. I mean, Armranth probably heard her, but she didn't say anything to him. Just my curiosity.
Yeah, there was no actual conversation with Armbrand. So with that, Aldous comes roasting into the picture alongside his half-orc companion, as in the background, Resvin. The camera zips overhead. Oh, as I get tangled up. To show you from the back, as you look upon your companions, what do?
I'm moving as fast as I can. I'm double moving. I'm running.
You easily reach where your companions stand, and you can see the tracks easily enough.
I try and be a little bit of a distance away from my companions, but
If you're moving 25 feet, you can end there, or I mean, I can move you to like here.
nah, you know what? I just need to get to where she is. Yeah, I'm trying to think. You know, fireball would really suck when we're all in the same area. But
That's fair.
I need to get there.
So with that all in mind, you rush forward, sticking close to your companions. The camera pulls backwards to show Aldous standing next to his Orcan companion. And what do you do, sir?
I look. Well, Doc's hiding. Serena's standing there about the javelin in his ass. Her ass. I'm gonna go ahead and cast Firebolt. That's 16 plus 5, 21.
Disadvantage because you can't see her.
And that's 16 again.
Okay. As
So 21.
as your firebolt sails through the brambles and branches, it flies past and out the other side. So quiet, so sad. Bursting away through the rain, it fizzles out in the distance over the river.
That's gonna be it. I'm not gonna get closer. I'm not gonna get myself killed.
From there, the camera sweeps all the way back to Doc.
I'm looking for the next piece of cover that I can get following those guys in the direction they're moving, because I know I'm going to need to stay near them.
I'll allow double move to this
Yep.
piece right here. It's supposed to be like that. The camera swings in as you rule of cool it all the way along. Despite being a dwarf, you double time it like you know you have to. The whole time, the rain spattering against your face and beard, slathering down the whole of you, mixing in with your sweat as you
That looks
beat
cool.
against the mud. It's splashing up around you as you carry yourself fast as you can towards your companions. Coming to a closing slide in the muck that sucks you to a stop next to the branches, you take cover as the camera swings up the road to show Armorant. Make another stealth check. And she rolls a 17 expertly as she once again stealth moves, creeping out through the cover.
What's the speed on stealth moving? Is it half or is it full speed?
And she's hurt.
Well, there's no rules for damage, but when you're stealth, it's half movement.
Okay.
So she's double moving as fast as she can stealthily away.
Okay, I understand that. Okay.
As you guys stare into the rain, the storm thundering around, the camera swings to Serena's face, showing the rain splashing down upon her as the thunder flashes, glinting off of her fang tusks.
I am going to keep tracking.
Okay, roll me survival. The water quickly filling up the footprints, causing the mud to silt and soil about. Okay? What'd you roll?
21.
You easily follow along through the trail, the muck, unforgiving, as you come in towards the branches and trees where the trail quickly disappears amongst the roots and shit. You do your best to track it, slightly losing it, but finding it a moment later. You sight ahead, and you're not sure if you see movement through the trees.
I will throw my javelin as best I can.
With disadvantage,
Nat 20 and 22.
the 22 will hit.
Ooh.
Okay. Nice. That is 6 plus 3, 9.
Jesus. With 9 more points of damage, you hear a huh! As the thing stabs into her body. You're not sure if you hear a thump. You don't think you hear a thump.
I'm taking out another javelin.
You do so.
If this is pretty much as far, like, do I still have movement?
Sorry, you moved the... Yeah, you just did your action. I moved you 30 feet, and then you did your attack.
Alright, I guess that's it.
Okay. As you fire the javelin forward through the trees and hear the gasp of pain on the other side, you have an expression of what on your face?
An expression of desperation intermingled with sorrow that it's come to this. I do call out to the rest of them that I hit her and that she can't have much left.
As the camera pans against the lot of you staring ahead through the rain as best you can, Aldous and Revson side by side as they trail in aside, everything goes to slow motion for a moment as the camera cuts away, and we watch as the thunderous hooves of the wagon careen, and Markham looks over towards Rigger and then back towards you and says, "Well, I didn't know they'd give chase."
Oh, God. How many people are on us right now?
At this point, you've got 5 soldiers on horseback racing after you.
Oh, so they're not Iron Throne, and they're not Iron Throne?
They are thoroughly Iron Throne.
Oh, they are? Okay.
And I'm just looking for my fucking... Oh, there it is. My wagon's disappeared for the moment.
How arrogant fast
Percy Dooley, you're making me sweat.
The next time the rogue says to shoot somebody, fucking shoot them.
You know, she
No,
was legit willing to talk.
So I don't know how she
I tried to talk
this
them
even
attacking
out.
her.
Because, like, weren't we
Do you want me to
carrying her
meta?
'cause
Do
she
you want me
was
to meta explain
unconscious?
it? Do you want me to meta explain this bitch? Like, she's crazy. It's awesome.
I just thought, like, we were carrying her, and then all of a sudden, boom, she, like, springs away. It's like, what?
Oh yeah.
If I catch her first, I'm not going to kill her, but this time I'm breaking her arms.
I don't
Wasn't it
understand the
verbal when she
mechanics of the
wasn't it,
game.
Yeah.
wasn't it verbal when she blinked out of existence? Then no, I'm taking
Yeah.
this bitch's tongue. Or
That's the thing.
I'm not waiting this time.
Break
Like,
her arms,
really,
she's not untying that gag.
I'm gonna carry her, Serena. I love you and all. I'm taking her tongue and her hands just in case. If it kills her, that's not my fault.
It's just a necessity.
I mean, that's
I'm just.
you can try to persuade me, but it's a hard sell.
We don't have to persuade anybody. I'm gonna start doing it. You can stop me in the middle, but I'm going to start cutting things off from this woman. You want to
Yeah,
throw
I
it?
just-
Get it, go.
Yeah, I just don't know how. Like, I thought we were carrying her, and all of a sudden,
Can I tell
her
the
bonds
people who
dropped
are
off.
for the people on the phone? I'll tell Rigger to shoot the horses because I know they would have lower HP than the people. So I'm saying shoot the horses. That will stop them. We'll see.
So I did gloss over the idea that she took her own gag off. And as far as her being carried goes, it was stated that she was carried off the ship and people were placed in the muck, and you guys were jostling about what to do there. So I assume that you guys had put her down alongside the other bodies as you were tying her up. I wouldn't assume that you guys were just standing around holding her the whole time.
Yeah.
But
I thought we were moving.
Well,
I thought once we were off the ship, we were moving.
well,
As
no,
a
you
group.
stopped to tie up dudes.
Yeah.
And so that was part of it. She had already come to in all of this, but that aside, she was still bound and gagged.
And you rolled a natural 20 to get out, I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah, I rolled a
wanted-
thorough nat 20 on her actually breaking the bonds.
Yeah, that's
And
why you
so-
chose that 20. Guys.
Boot knife came out, her anklet of healing vials, etc., etc.
Oh, whoa!
Yeah.
Anklet of healing vial. Whoa, that is so smart.
Because at that point, like right before that, I'm like, I need to search her, and then all of a sudden, crap, she's already awake.
Well, she is a boss.
Yep.
Yeah, he said as soon as we met her, like, she has a red name, skulls, and all this extra shit.
No, I know that, but I thought we had searched her on the boat. Like we just glanced over everything because of where the session broke, I guess. Because
Well, you guys were, in all fairness, busily crashing into a riverbank and rushing off of a ship as there's danger impending. And as we can see, there's lots of danger impending. So let me
Yeah,
just...
So I
Sorry,
lost that when we were like kind of looting the ship and looking at like spyglasses and other things. I lost that
You
detail.
gotta keep track.
I mean, we can redo
Yeah.
the whole session
No,
if you
no,
want.
no, no.
I don't
I
mind.
think it's great theater. I'm down with it. I just,
Yeah. So
I really
I
like this girl.
have 5 guys after me right now in the wagon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I will tell Rigger to shoot the horses instead of the people on the horse.
You worry about you. Don't be telling me my job.
Shoot the horses, cause then they can't follow us.
The fuck do you think I'm gonna do, man? What you gonna do? He says back as he's taking aim. Malcolm, keep it steady. So first and foremost, as we change up the music because this no longer works.
I thought we looted her because I got like the crossbow
No, you-
bolts and everything. Like
That was the ship stuff, isn't it?
no, I thought that was her.
That wasn't her.
That wasn't her.
She had the
Okay, that threw me
blades.
off.
You guys took the blades off her.
I got those shiny things.
Yeah. The crossbow?
Okay,
I thought she
the
was.
crossbow was on her. That's why I was like, okay, that's all we got from her was just.
Did
the crossbow.
she have the fancy crossbow? I don't remember giving. Am I remembering this wrong?
As far as I know,
I don't know. I'm confused. So it's fine. It's a learning opportunity for me next time.
Now it's bugging me. Did she have the crossbow? I can't
Stand
remember.
first, ask questions later.
I'll have to go back over the old episode, actually. Like, legit.
This is how murder hobos are created.
Hey.
This is what creates murder hobos: complete distrust of anybody in this realm.
Hey, Roderick hasn't steered you wrong.
I did try to stab him immediately.
And he's still trustworthy. So, I mean, that just goes to show.
I know big daddies would have stuff like this, so I'm like, no way I would like let her have anything. I thought that was everything and I was on her. That's why I was just confused. Which is fine.
Next time, cavity check. What's going on?
Gonna get awkward.
All I can say in all this is, again, searching somebody during a crashing boat ride, and then having to be in a rush to get the fuck off the boat.
Well, it was after we crashed, I thought.
During the rush to get the fuck off.
Yeah.
And even during the search, like, what can I say, man? We'd be arguing in the writer's room about it for hours. But in the end, as the camera pans down against Markham's face and the camera pulls back to show the riders racing it upon you guys, I just still grabbed the wrong playlist. I legit have exactly the playlist I want, and I still went to the wrong fucking playlist. There it is. Good times.
I do remember.
I haven't actually had a chance to use this playlist proper, so I'm quite stoked about this.
Oh god.
As the camera pans against the racing horse speeding along the dirt track, dirt and mud flying past everybody, Markham, focused upon the road, he rolls to keep the horse at the 17 plus his immense bonus and expertly holds the horse steady as it races along. The camera pans along your face as you what?
Me?
Yes, you.
I don't need a roll initiative. Okay. I will cast. I know horses have horseshoes, so I will cast heat metal on a horseshoe on one of the horses.
Alright, as it stamps into the mud repeatedly, the spell does the best it can. The horse, obviously irritated, but still not too perturbed, falls back.
It takes 15 points of heat damage, fire damage.
Does it?
Yeah.
So 15 points. It has a save on this too, right?
No, I can use a bonus action to cause it to dead damage, and then it has to take a con save to make a for the attack rolls and stuff like that. But it takes 2d8 fire damage until the spell ends. So I just did 15 fire damage to it.
Okay, I just have to check something real quick. So I just want to point something out.
Yeah.
This, I don't know if you can see that rightly. No? This is a picture of a horse being shooed.
Oh, I was gonna say it looks like a pig nose.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what to do with the color on that.
No, it looks. I can kind of guess what it is.
The point is, it's a red-hot chunk of metal being nailed into a horse's foot.
Yep.
I don't know what to do for that color, just to illustrate that. But that is what a horseshoe is. It's a hot piece of metal that gets nailed into the horse's hoof. So, what ends up happening is nothing. Except a bunch of cool-ass looking steam firing off of the horse's foot as it hangs back a little, spooked by the sudden shish noise that it's making every time it stamps into the mud. As you do this, casting the magic out, that magic is for heat metal in this case. As it's cast out upon and the steam rises off the mud and muck, the camera pans to show Markham look back as Rigger unloads two of his arrows, one after the next in rapid succession. Plack, plack, each of them sailing away.
They do have a metal bit in their mouth, though.
One after the next, the arrows pierce in upon the riders following. The horses following. 2 and 3. Plus his dex bonus of 3, so 6. So 5 and 6 is 11 that the horse takes. As it stumbles and falters, it continues to ride with the arrows stuck out of it. As the rider kicks the shafts off as he's riding along and pulls a crossbow out, pointing it forward, he fires from horseback at disadvantage for a 6 plus bonus. as the bolt sails past Tomas's hair. Another, a moment later, sails past him. As a single one nearly hits you, but instead thups harmlessly. That's not so harmless sounding, but regardless, as it thups harmlessly into the railing of the wagon, the one rides in close as he can and takes a wild swing towards you. As he comes in close, his blade glinting and flashing, he swings against you with an 8+ bonus, and you dance to the one side as the wagon bucks under you. Suddenly, the blade flashes again with a 14+ bonus as he stabs forward and cuts upward, managing to slash against you.
14 plus bonus?
Brings,
How much was that? 14
that brings
plus
him
bonus.
to
I will.
a 20 total with a plus, or a 19 total. Hang on, 14 plus bonus. Yeah, 19 total with his +5.
Okay, I'll do a reaction.
Hang on, let me
cutting
double
word.
check. Let me double check stat. And fuck, what was I using for these guys? Yeah, +5. Go ahead.
I'll reaction cutting words him.
Okay. So I'm saving.
No, I just roll one of my inspirations to see if it hits or not.
Okay.
I rolled a 6, so -6 from that roll. So it's a 13 to hit me and it misses.
Sounds good.
I yell at him, I say, "Oh, shit, is that horse or is that you, my man?"
He gets confused trying to decipher whether he's riding himself, and he gets distracted himself that he misses. With that said, the camera pans backwards as a bolt sails past Markham, and he yells back, "Rigger, do your damn job! You! Do whatever you're supposed to do!" He rolls pilot and crit fails.
Fuck.
The DM inspires him, and he rolls much better, not crashing the wagon. As muck and mud fly about, he sails along. Tomas, what do you do?
I cast Dissonant Whispers on the horse to left of me.
The one that he's riding?
The one that took the sword at me.
Okay.
With some saving throw.
Okay. That's not gonna be good. 7 + 1 for an 8. It takes Dissonant Whispers like shit.
Nice. It takes 14 psychic damage.
Yeah, that's not gonna be good. He takes it. The thing bucks and slows down as Buddy throws a ride. He rolls with a 17 plus bonus, so he manages to hold it. As the camera pans in all Michael Bay style, he has to hang back as the horse whinnies.
The horse has to use this reaction to move as far away from me as well.
Yeah, it's working on that. It just doesn't want to suddenly pitch itself. We'll face it that way as it's running away. And he is still holding it. So basically what's happening is it's trying to turn, and he's pulling the reins with a 17 plus bonus to keep it on the road. And so it's just forced to kind of like stop and slow down as everybody else is at this point chasing after. So he's going to be like this while you guys are like this. You're going to jostle around a little bit as they rush in towards you. I wish I had like a little Michael Bay machine that would keep the camera just jostling and jumping around. And all action style. Goodness, what could happen?
We could do that very easily, actually. Well, we
Yeah,
can do
like a
that.
little slow oscillating paint mixer or something like that. Anyway,
Just a motor with a weight.
what are you doing there, Tomas?
I just did my turn. I did the Dissonant Whispers.
Oh, that's right. Thank you. Rigger is going to fire. 14 and a 3. A first one hits. Oops. With a 3 on his previous 11, plus 3 for 6 brings it to 17. The horse takes another arrow, bleeding out. It seems to be having a tough time keeping up, but the will of the rider seems to be driving the will of the beast as the rider kicks out the haft of the next arrow and says, yells something out that nobody seems to really pay attention to. As they continue to chase in upon the wagon, cranking through the mud as fast as it can, we watch as Rigger claps you on the shoulder. What's next? How long can we keep this up?
Well, we have to get them off us, don't we? There's nowhere to hide.
He looks around at the various scenery. Can't you do something with any of the nature around? We had a druid once, and he cocks another arrow. As you what? What do you do?
Yeah, let me sing them to death, my friend. I say deadpan.
It's Tomas again. What do you do? Oh, sorry.
okay.
I have to roll my pilot on this guy. He doesn't do so well. The whole thing bounces. Roll a dex check. Rigger manages to stay standing. 12 or better.
It's a 12.
Terrific. You hold yourself steady as the whole of the wagon bounces underneath you, and Markham says, "Bump!" From there, what do you do?
Do I see up ahead? Is there any clearing at all, or like any way to lose them, or are they just get the?
The road ahead is but sleet of blue and fog most foreboding.
Oh, great. I will cast Dissonant Whispers again on that horse, just to kill one of these motherfuckers.
Okay.
It takes 12 psychic damage if it doesn't save.
Okay. It is going to make it save, but it's still going to pitch if you're hitting the same one.
Yep.
As this happens, the rider fires off. Does 13 plus 5 hit you?
It does.
So as a bolt sails in and strikes upon you, delivering... sorry, I just want to make sure about that... the damage here. Yeah, it is one. He's gonna get an 8 plus bonus. So sorry about that. 11 damage piercing. That
No
strikes
worries,
into
I
you.
got my 10 hit points still, so it's all good.
As it blasts into your shoulder, exploding against your armor, leaving a little bit of a bruise, it depletes all those temp hit points and leaves a nice aching pain in its place. What happened to our music here? Next track, please. Oh yes, the rest of these guys. Oop, that's a miss. The one will also hit with a 12 plus bonus, but he is going to hit Rigger.
Cool.
With a 4 plus. Rig shrieks as is grazed for 4 plus. What did I say? 3 on this guys. No, 2 on these guys. Rigger's got a 3. Oh my god, brain fart here. 4, 6 total. Thank you. Alright, terrific. Taking a bolt against his armor as ricochets off him, Markin yells out, "Take care of yourself! I don't need you dead, man!" As Rigger continues to fire back towards them, you guys continue to careen along. They took all their shots. And we're into round 3. With that said, the camera pans back towards the fateful moment between you all. As the camera pans against the forest, to show Armorant seeking out towards any sort of relief in the road. She hears something in the distance. And as the camera pans against the scene to come down towards where residents standing in the street. We'll continue this for a moment. Resident? What do you guys?
I'm going to double move forward.
What the fuck? Alright, whatever. You hunt forward through the rain, looking around valiantly, searching for the bitch.
I mean, didn't we just hit her? Right?
Yeah, Serena did.
Yeah, we should have a clue, right?
He has a general, like,
Ah, okay.
but he doesn't know exactly where she is.
Got it.
And besides, she's still hidden within a storming forest at the riverbank. I mean, there's the water rushing and everything, too, to consider. There's what I'm after. So where was I? Is Resman moving forward as he does? Hunting forth as he is wont to do. The camera pans back towards Aldous to show you in the distance.
So I would have leapfrogged ahead of them, right?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
Okay,
What's up, Rosie?
so from where I'm at, she was, Serena was there, she was there, and now Resvin has gone along that same path. I want to continue along that same path, and then when I get kind of like as far as I can get, I want to cast Detect Magic.
Fair enough. You have 30 feet yourself, yeah?
Yes.
So you can move a little further. As you make your way along to the other side of the trees there. I guess there would be the end of the scenery, so excuse me a moment. There's a little bit more rock face and shit. And hay bushes. So there we go, a little more bush and bramble and brush on the other side there.
Yeah. Okay. So after I get to the end of that movement, like I said, I want to cast Detect Magic because I know she's got to have some sort of magical shit, even if it's out of magic. It's still a magical item. That's gonna last 10 minutes, and it's gonna be like a 30-foot range.
Sorry, what
So,
magical
like-
what magical item of hers are you trying to cite?
No, I'm just trying to find magical items.
Yeah, I get
so
it.
when I see that there's I'm just like trying to ping her.
I totally get it, and it's a smart move. The question is, like, what magic items do you expect she has? Because you took her crossbow, which, if that was her crossbow, if I'm not mistaken, that was a +1 crossbow, or was it just a Mastercraft crossbow?
I don't know.
All right.
We didn't identify it. And then the
I know
arrows.
You know what? Actually, I'll fill it in for you. You absolutely do ping her. Not a problem. You 100% detect a faint trace of something despite the storm, just on the other side of the brush and bush. It's
And,
a speck
From there, all I'm gonna do is kind of just
in that general direction.
that way, and just kind of that
Point.
way, guys.
All right,
You know, kind of help them on their move.
I'm good with that. Terrific stuff. And so with
That's
that, you guys watch as Aldous rushes over, casts out a quick spell, and detecting upon, he suddenly points a bloodhound in the rain, shouting out
Yeah.
for the hunt. As the camera pans all the way back down towards where Doc is situated,
Oh my god. Doc's way the fuck back in. Oh,
you
Serena's
feel the
here.
rule of cool burning in your legs. What do you do?
Yeah, I am just following up on them.
Alright. Charging forward for 60 feet because fuck it. You rush forward with such speed as no dwarf has ever rushed before, but this moment needs it. Here and now, as adrenaline carries you forth, you rush upon your companions as fast as you can. I don't care how you double move, you double move. You can triple move technically, I guess.
The minute I see this woman, things are getting cut off of her, so it's fine.
So is it a triple move or double move? What do you want? Do you want to ready in action or do you want to run?
Already in action. I mean, I'm assuming we're getting closer. Everyone's kind of zeroing in here. So.
Yeah. Here's hoping she's out of teleports, eh? It's only a second level spell, so fuck.
Second. I thought it was 7.
As you guys rush in upon her, you guys watch in the distance as silhouettes of something start to form. As Tomas, you upon the back of the wagon, hear Markham shout, "I think I see something!" They continue to race forward as Rigger fires twice over once again, hitting twice, whilst the riders, one after the next, unload their crossbows. There was 4 left, so that was all of them. 2 of the crossbows hit. Tomas, you feeling lucky? Odds or evens, buddy?
Evens.
The first one is not at you. Odds or evens again.
Evens.
The second one is also not at you. It seems they're targeting the driver as well. As the first one sails forward and strikes into Markham, he herks as the first one stabs through him. 4 plus 2 for 6 points of damage on Markham. The second one as well, punching through on the other side. You hear something go inside him as he goes with a 7 plus 2 for 9 more, bringing him to 15. He slumps forward a moment and then pulls himself up. I'm good! Rigger looks over towards him and says, "Fuck that you are, you're not gonna last much longer." And he turns over towards with a bonus action. He thinks about grabbing one of the arrows and then pulls it out best he can. As he rolls a 5, he thinks better of it and snaps off the haft.
I will bonus action cast Healing Word on Markham.
Okay. You do so.
So it's a 4 plus 3, so 7 hit points to him.
Good.
And then I will cast Vicious Mockery on the weakest horse that is there.
Sounds good. You target the one with the arrows sticking out of it then?
Yep. Roll a Wisdom save.
Don't think it's gonna matter. It fails.
It takes 4 psychic damage.
Yeah, that's gonna topple it.
I just nail it really weirdly, I think.
Buddy rolls a 19 and manages to jump off the horse as it biffs and you come roasting forward. He will be left out in the dust. Oh, that was right. That was Aaron's thing. As the rider survives off that, he will still take falling damage. He did roll a save, so it's half of. So he takes 5. As they come rushing in, closing around upon you once again. The one, oh, sorry, I applied the, yeah, no, never mind. This is going through the second round, like I was saying. Closing upon, the horse is racing forward the rest of the distance necessary. The camera will pull back. To show you entering upon the scene. as the camera suddenly swings in upon where Resvin and everyone stands, and you guys watch through the rain as the wagon explodes, splashing forward, mud spraying, all pinwheeling around it. The horse chuffing as hard as it can against the rain splashing down around you. Thunder flashes as you watch them come forth. And Resvin, it's your turn. Tomas, you're at the bottom here.
Cool.
Hoya.
Resvin, you're next.
Ricky, you're up, buddy.
Okay, I'm gonna go in the direction that Aldous pointed to, and I'm going to single move into that direction, and have my automatic crossbow ready and fire if I see anything. So I'm moving to. So, do you need a perception or something, or would...
If you want to rush in towards where she is, you can do so. What's your passive perception?
My passive perception is 13.
Okay. You rush around to the other side of the brush. Is that what you're doing?
Yep.
As the camera pans alongside to show you explode onto the scene through the brush, you face off against her. As you can see her in cover against the brush, she looks over towards you, bleeding from several places. Having pulled the javelin from her, you can see it down the riverbank where she's thrown it. She looks over towards you, and she says, "No matter what you do, you'll pay for me. It's your choice. Either I pay you, or you pay the price for me." Okay, let her rip.
Back to here and... I got a 9.
As you flash a shot towards her, it's ice knife again, I'm assuming?
Nope, it's crossbow.
Oh, okay. As the bolt sails past her idly, she gives a shake of her head. "You never quit, and you'll never understand, and you are not long for this world." As the camera pans away to show Aldous. Oh my god, I'm knocking over all my scenery.
How far am I from her?
Not far. Especially after hearing the clap of a crossbow just on the other side and seeing, you think, a bolt streamer through the trees. Although, with the wagon just arriving, your attention's kind of divided. And you look upon the back of the wagon to see the form of who you think is Tomas.
I'm going to advance closer to her, staying at least 10 feet away from her.
You rush around the trees, standing 10 feet away.
And just, that's it. That's it.
Alright, sounds good.
Because I don't want to break my concentration.
That's fine. You rush over towards the other side.
You can cast a cantrip if you want. All this, it doesn't break your concentration if you cast something. Like you can cast firebolt still. It doesn't count as concentration.
He is speaking the truth.
Then I will go ahead and do that.
You can cast any non-concentration spell just fine right now.
No, I'm still not going to do that. I'm still not going to do that. I'm just going to stay trained on her. That's
Are
all.
you readying any sort of action? If
Sure.
it's a spell, keep in mind.
I'll say this. I won't ready to shoot a firebolt if I feel for some reason Hamas says to.
Okay,
I
fair
don't know
enough.
what's coming.
I know you don't, but you see that you're gonna arrive and see that she's either almost dead, and you're either gonna say no, stop, or you're not gonna say anything.
The camera pans in against the back of Doc over his leathery shoulder as it pans up to show the wagon entering the scene,
And Serena's probably gonna kill her
and it
anyway.
pans across to show your massive companion close by. What do you do?
Can I get to her?
You cannot reach her. Even rule of cool wise, I couldn't do it. You can double move to her.
No,
Actually,
stop.
you can double move with a bonus action, and as a result, have a regular action upon her.
I'm sorry, I'm missing something here. I heard I can double move to her, but then I lost it after that.
You can double move in on her using a bonus action and still have your regular action.
All right. Yeah, I want to get over to her as quickly as possible. And can I knock this bitch out? Is that possible to
More than likely.
bash her upside the head? Yeah.
More than
Yeah,
likely.
Back into the short sword. Yeah.
Is my sound okay? Yeah, my sound's okay.
Just the background's a little loud. Yeah.
No, I heard it glitch out, and sometimes it can be fucking fucky, to put it technically speaking.
I mean, the music's been great. I mean, it definitely adds to the scenario of being fucking tense as shit. I'll give you that.
As the camera sweeps around to show you rush as fast as you can through the brush. Through the brush, or do you want to go around?
Whichever one gets me to her quicker. Like
That's
at this point,
You burst from the trees, exploding past Resvin. You dance against the riverbank and strike up into her.
A rabid dog, man.
I'm a
Like
little
a
pissed.
pit bull, you explode from the brush, fierce and wild, closing the distance on her with great intent and furious anger. Those who beset and destroyed my brothers. Anyway, you rush it upon. Roll me an attack roll.
Actions.
I will be honest. If you go around the brush, you end up with flanking. The dramatics. I mean, technically, you still have the movement to take flanking.
And I get my advantage or no?
Well, you already have your sneak attack, but if you want advantage, you would take flanking.
Everyone gets you in a better position at this point, but I got a 17 plus 4 for the short sword.
Got it.
You explode from the brush, rushing around Resvin and her as she eyes towards you in slow motion.
Now, mind you, I'm trying to knock her out.
I get
I'm
it.
trying to just bash
You
her
leap
upside
through
head.
the air, grabbing a hold of her shoulder as she looks towards you, and you can see her start to charge something up as you BAM! Smash the butt of your blade up into the base of her skull as fast as you can. Your weight acting as a pendulum as you uppercut into her occipital. She stumbles forward, blood spurts from her face as you, with, I guess a damage roll, because it is your short sword for subdual damage.
What should I roll for? Should I do the 1d6 or?
Yeah, it's 1d6. It's fine. You just declare that it's subdual.
No plus or anything? Okay.
You still have your standard bonuses.
Oh, I mean, I wasn't looking to kill her, but yeah, so it's a whopping 1 plus 2.
That's
It's the normal
2d6.
damage, and then a plus 1 for my extra damage, so 4. 4.
Well, you'll be
Plus
happy to
2d.
know it's enough to put her over the few that she had. So, she falls forward with a splut.
Nice.
As her face cracks off of the root of the tree nearby, she fails her for a death save.
All right.
Hold on, I've got a healer's kit. I could just stabilize her.
Serena rushes in towards and starts doing what she do.
I'm gonna stabilize her. From there, it's up for discussion, but she's no good to us dead.
Yeah, there are 2 pieces here. One, somebody strip her the fuck naked, and the second person tie her the fuck up, because I don't want anything hidden on this bitch.
Also, there's a bunch of guys. I'm bringing a bunch of enemies to you right now. So just I'll let you know.
As you guys start considering your options in this situation, your attention is suddenly pulled away, and all of you, hearing the horses galloping along, watch as Markham shouts out, "Is that them?"
I think so.
He rolls a pilot check on this, actually. I should do that. He rolls fine, veering the horses to the one side to avoid the fallen tree. As they come racing in towards...
How many people there? 4. We have 4 people on us right now.
This guy's like, I'm coming too. Guy in the background with no horse. The camera pans sidelong to show as you standing aside Rigger. Where did Rigger fucking fall off? Did I ever have Rigger on there? Maybe I never put
No,
Rigger
I don't
on
think you
there.
had Rigger
That's
on
funny.
there ever.
Where's my bowman? Where is he actually? There's the one archer, but where's the other? I just got the girl here. Plot twist. Rigger's been a chick the whole time.
No.
Short hair, tries to hide and pass herself off as a guy.
No, she has massive tits and a low-cut shirt, and yeah, she totally flaunts it. Anyway.
Just a hell of a low voice.
Oh yeah, exactly. She's a bass. So anyway, camera pan sidelong as Rigger. As Rigger unleashes 2 quick shots. Both of them unfortunately miss, sailing harmlessly away into the distance. She curses under her breath as the track changes. And Markham continues to hold as Tomas does what? Oh, sorry.
Do I see my party members?
You do.
I yell out to them. You're right here, but you need to kill all these people to get on. And I will cast Vicious Mockery on. No, I'll cast Dissonant Whispers.
Okay.
I'm on they're here already, so I'm gonna cast it on. Is there a rider that looks like the most hurt at all or not?
No, the guy running in the background would be the most hurt for having fallen off his thing.
So I'll cast it on which horse looks the most hurt?
None of them. The ones that were hurt are dead.
Okay, that's not
Mine.
good. Okay.
The guy who was on the horse is just running after, so
Yeah.
like horses doesn't seem too final.
Okay, I'll cast Dissonant Whispers on one of the riders.
Okay, sounds good. He's gonna roll terribly and fail miserably with an 8+ bonus.
He takes 15 psychic damage.
15 psychic. Terrific
Yeah.
stuff. As the horse careens along, the rider holding the reins suddenly buckles downwards and gives his helmet a smack a couple times, shakes it off a second later as they continue to ride after you. The riders on horseback start to take notice of you guys in the trees. Serena moves in upon Lovelace and starts conducting medicine. So it is your turn after mine. You can go ahead and do that. So did you roll me medicine already? Serena, did you already roll me medicine?
I don't need to. It's a healer's kit. It automatically works.
Oh, that's true. Okay, fantastic. So you rush in upon, that was your turn there, is moving into position and then applying the medication. With your healer's kit flapping open, it's a quick montage of you snapping open a vial or two and delivering upon the medications that keep her suddenly, keep her sweat at bay and her shaking body steady. As you work your healing ways, Tomas... Sorry, what did you do again?
I did Dissonant Whispers.
That's right, Dissonant Whispers on the thing. Are you jumping off the wagon at all? Probably not a good idea. But
No, I'm staying on. I'll tell Markham to hold until the guys get on.
Okay, so he's going to start pulling on the reins. His power check will count for next turn. And that said, the camera swings over to Resvin once again. At this point, where you guys are standing, you can see the horse riders galloping along, looking rather threatening as they approach.
I'm taking off any rings, amulets, or necklace, and any kind of like bracelets that I see, like any magical item, and making sure she does not have her spell pouch.
Okay, that's fine. I'm pretty sure you lifted that offer to begin with. You gave her a basic strip down. You really did. She had a knife hidden in her boot, and she had healing vials as well as other vials hidden elsewhere.
Yeah, that's fair. We didn't strip off her boots. Okay, so if we did that,
There's a reason
then-
she's kind of limited on what spells she can cast at the moment.
Okay.
So
Okay, that's fair. Then I move to position, and with my crossbow that I have, can I load the firebolt on it? Like it's the auto reloading crossbow,
right?
but is there a way I could throw the firebolt on
No.
that one?
No,
No,
you
Okay,
can't load a
that's-
firebolt into a crossbow.
No, like the crossbow bolts that she had.
Yeah, there were a couple of icy, and there were a couple of
Right. That
Yeah,
actual firebolt. Okay, I thought for a moment you were actually asking me. All right, cool. Yes,
flaming bolts. So there's flaming bolts and then two ice.
I totally
bolts.
understand now. Sorry, I was having a moment where I was like, he's not asking me this. You're not asking me that, and I'm happy with that. But yes, you may absolutely clap a bolt into the trough and fire a fiery bolt out of the crossbow.
So I don't know. Can I do it this action, or do I do the reload this action and then fire on the next?
You're not Are you crossbow expert?
I am actually.
Okay, then it doesn't
I'm
cost you.
proficient.
It doesn't cost you anything to
Or sorry,
load.
I'm not expert. I'm proficient.
Okay, then if you don't have the feat, then it costs you your bonus action to load the crossbow. That's it.
Okay. Yes. Like
Yeah.
it's already cocked. It's just swapping out the bolts.
I get it.
Okay.
Point
cool.
being. With that said, it costs you the bonus action. You load the crossbow bolt into position, and you clap the bolt away. Are you firing?
Yeah, I'm gonna fire at one of the guys. Are they in range?
Yes.
Okay, then I'm going to fire at one of the guys
Unless they get
chasing
line of
Tomas.
sight. You just barely have line of sight on the one guy. Do you want to move?
No, I do not.
All right. In that case, he has slight cover, but fire away.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you said that I do have line of sight.
You do have line of sight. He has slight cover. There's just some
Okay.
branches in your way, is all. So he's got a +2 to his armor class.
Okay, I move so he doesn't have cover. Sorry.
Right. So with that said, 16 or better to hit.
Okay. 16 or better. What do we got here? Where are you? This freaking die roller is terrible. I got a 9.
I'm
The
sorry to hear
last
that.
3 attacks have been 9s.
And that's why I roll physical dice.
Can we give him inspiration, Jim?
You absolutely may.
So roll with advantage. There you go.
I'm going to roll with advantage,
Well, fucking times something useful.
and I got a 16.
There you go.
It's dead on. Roll me damage.
Okay. Damage. What's that? So the normal base damage of this is 4 + 4, but since it's a fiery bolt, I don't know what the rule is on the fiery bolt.
Oh, it's 1d6 extra for the fire.
Okay, 1d6 extra. And I got a 5. So that's 13 total.
It is 13 total. Excellent. You fire away upon Buddy. That guy is... You know what? I'm going to make that the guy that took the damage earlier. He's up to 18 now. Oh, no, never mind. That's the falling damage guy. What am I doing to myself here? So that guy took the 5, and then this guy takes the 15. So next up. As you fire into this guy. Oh, he's tailless in fact. Perfect. As you fire into this guy, the bolt careening off of his helmet, it suddenly knocks to the one side with such force, and as he lolls back and forth in his saddle, controlling himself, he tries to jostle it back on. That said, you fire into him as the camera pulls around to show Aldous.
Okay,
Shot
so
to
at
the
this
one side.
point, Serena has stabilized
Armor
Armand.
end. Yeah.
Okay, and then Thomas pulled up, and there's 2 guys on horse following him.
There's
But
4
they're
left.
not on 4. 4. Okay. I will.
Wait, you guys took out 2 horsemen. Sorry. The other guy's well and back. He's not following. The one guy's following. So you got 3 guys on horseback currently, and 1 running in.
I'll cast a firebolt.
On which one?
The one. Whichever one I have a best view of.
Okay, that's the one closest to you there.
Yeah.
Terrific. Fire away.
Is the firebolt a cantrip?
No.
Yeah.
Yes. Sorry, it is a cantrip. It could be upgraded though.
That sucks. That's a 7 plus 5.
I'll assume you
12.
as well step out so that you are rolling against a 16. But what'd you end up rolling?
12.
12 total. The fireball goes sailing astray in the rain as it hits nothing. The camera pans around, and then, pans all the way around to show Doc down below. Behind the branches and brambles, down on the riverbank.
All right. Has anybody tied her up yet and gagged her?
I thought.
Nope, nobody has.
Yeah.
No.
So, what does it take to literally strip her of almost everything she has on her, and then tie her up and gag her?
About 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So what did Resin do to her? Nothing?
He searched her.
He gave her a quick once over. There's nothing really
Doc,
left.
yeah, Doc. I'm here, so you can get away. You just have to kill all these guys, and then you can get away. She's out of magic, so she can't teleport anyways.
I was gonna say I can grapple her or tie her up, but against ranged opponents,
We need you to go kill other things.
Yeah.
So,
As
I
you
am
guys
going
figure,
to-
I'll be right back.
well, that's the thing. If they're ranged opponents, it's gonna take me running up to them. They're faster than I am, and like I've got javelins.
Just carry her to the cart. Just carry her to the cart. Tie her up, carry her to the cart, and let us deal with the rest of the guys, I guess.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, I have.
You know?
I have 3 guys on me right now, and then plus 1 guy running up. So we have to kill all these guys first, and then we can go.
before anything else happens, she needs to be bound and gagged and within.
No, but she's unconscious right
stab
now.
shot.
She's
I know.
I mean, she's
Or
been
anything else happen. Leaving her there is not. We've already been through this once, but we want to do it again.
no, but you're in initiative, so she's unconscious right now. She's stabilized. It takes if she's unconscious, it's a D4 plus something to regain 1 hit point.
But that's the thing. She was unconscious last time. I'm gonna watch over her. You guys handle the rest. I'm pretty beat up as it is.
All right.
Go
Okay.
get her, take her to the cart.
All right. What can I see from my vantage point, Julie?
What can you
Have I
see?
got a shot at anybody?
You don't have a. You don't have a clear shot. You have a +2 shot on this guy right here.
All right.
As
Well,
he's
let's
racing
take-
by, you can take a quick reactionary shot at him.
All right. Let's take a shot.
Hit it.
All right. I gotta switch over. Hold on. I'm trying to figure out how to
So,
do this.
Doc, since you're doing range, you can bonus action hide. to do stealth check, so then you can
Okay.
try to get advantage on the shot, and then you get your sneak attack with it.
All right, so I gotta switch over the short bow. Actions, attack with the short bow. So the first thing we're gonna do is roll a hit die. You said it's +2 instead of the +4, right?
No, he's a +2 to his AC.
Oh, he is a +2. All right, I've got 17 + 4, so I've got 21. And it's not an advantage because he can see us, or
It's not an advantage, but 21 does hit.
excellent. And I can use the sneak attack on that, right? So
Can
where do
you?
we go? You
no,
can.
no, you can't, because you don't have advantage, or there's no, you don't have a ally. That's why I said you have to, for range attacks, you
Ah.
should bonus action hide first,
Okay.
stealth.
All right. So
and
that's
then-
1d6 + 2, and these are still the poison arrows, right? I still have a couple of them left.
That's fine.
So it's 1d6 + 2 first, which is 3 + 2, and then the poison was what again? 1d6, if I remember.
Yep.
Okay, let me roll another d6. Roll, and that's a 4, so 9,
Terrific stuff.
and then I will hide.
Well, if you have the bonus action to hide, why don't you do that beforehand?
Oh.
Yeah, that's why I told you. You have to hide first, and then you get
I
advantage.
thought you used your bonus action on something.
Yeah.
I'm very confused about what we're doing here. Sorry, someone.
Well,
and I was trying to assess
you're
it-
shooting a dude, is what I know. You're shooting a dude, and
Yeah.
then you wanted to get advantage, and Tin said you could totally use your bonus action to hide beforehand, and then you'd
Ah.
have stealth. Now, of course, when you shoot, technically you come out of hiding. So,
Yes.
you know, it's really a toss-up. But sneak attack damage. So,
Okay.
But also hiding at the end of your turn, like you're gonna potentially do now.
That-
Also,
See, attack
they
next
kind
time.
of hope, yeah, but also
Yeah.
kind of hopefully they don't attack you this time too.
Yeah. So the two choices are either I hide first to get advantage so I can do the sneak attack, or I attack first and then hide. Right? Those are the two
Yeah.
choices.
Mhm.
And it seems like since I've already rolled this thing, I've attacked first and now I'm trying to hide again.
Hide.
all right, yeah.
So, got it.
So,
It's 9 damage. Nothing changes.
sounds good. So with that said, you deke in after your shot, taking cover against the trees, such that they cannot see you or target you. With that said, from Doc to me, as the shot sails away and strikes into the rider sailing past, he shouts out in the rain. Markham does his best to slow the horses, but as the camera pans against him desperately, his arms straining, the whole of the cart careens to the one side and stops just here as the camera pans around to show the riders galloping in. The one is going to roll a 17, and as he comes, he jumps over this and goes racing around, circling as he do. He fires with a crit fail and a nat 20. So on horseback, they've got disadvantage. Firing away though with a crit fail is his crossbow slips out of his grasp, much to my chagrin, with a nat 20 being the next roll. Anyway, the guy bringing up the rear, he's gonna roll a 4+ bonus, unfortunately, and fire and miss as his horse continues to ride in. And finally, this guy closing the distance as he also tries to hit with an 11 plus 5 for 16 against Tomas's AC.
Hit me.
And it's going to be another great hit for 8 points of piercing damage. That's 6 plus 2 bonus.
Cool.
Meanwhile, as the camera pans forth, oh my god, let go of that. All right. As the camera pans forth, we see this fellow rush in, look to the side, and start to close the distance on where you're standing, Tomas. I mean, not Tomas, Aldous. And as we watch him rush in upon, blade and shield in hand, the camera pans to Serena.
Alright, I am going to focus all my efforts on tying armor ants out.
Okay, done and done. You do this as the camera swings to Tomas.
Are there anybody in my rapier range at all, or do I have to get out of the cart to stab his dad?
No, there's nobody close to you.
Okay, then I will cast. God damn. Burning hands, spell slots. If I get out of the cart and try to if I get out of the cart and try to run up to one of them to stab them with my rapier, is that okay, or would I have disadvantage on that? Or
I'm alright with it. If you want to do something dramatic, jump off the cart here and jump into him. I mean, this guy's more or less come to a halt. This guy's coming to a halt.
yeah, so I'll just jump out of the cart and just like with my rapier in hand, just like stab somebody in the freaking jugular.
That's fine. So you do this. Rushing out towards, you close the distance and take a swing.
Yep. Natural 20.
Alright. The guy turns his horse and chooses to have his horse take the attack.
Okay.
Yeah, you can do that as
Bitch puts his horse in
you can do that as a mounted rider. It sucks,
Okay.
but it's a mechanic.
So I rolled a 7 on the die, so that's 14 plus 2, so 16 damage.
Jesus, you brutal horse-hating asshole.
Yeah.
As you stab into the horse for 16 points of damage. Wait, tailless? Right, you were hitting the guard on that case.
Yeah.
So the horse takes its first damage here at 16 points. It's not doing well as it chuffs backwards. Buddy looks up towards you from his horse. And through his helmet, you can see he's got an angry expression. Not that you should care. But that said, you pull your blade backwards as the rain continues to pound down. The camera pulling backwards to show Resvin far and away in the distance. And then zooming through the rain to focus in upon him.
Does what you call it? Rigor? Go?
Oh, shit. Sorry, I didn't actually have him fire, did I? Oh, no, I did. Did I do damage? I feel like I missed his damage. So 8 plus 3 and 4 plus 3. So 15 points of damage that he will do on one of the riders here. Oh, look at that. It was the same one that you had hit. So that goes up to 30 points of damage and is wavering hard. So the rider of this horse has taken 30 damage, and his horse has taken 15 damage as well. And that's the one that you stabbed there, Tomas.
Mm-hmm.
With that said, Resvin, the camera swings in upon your facial expression of...
Oh, depth charge.
Inspiration. Depth charge.
Go bowling, buddy. We'll see where that goes.
No, I don't have any catapults left. If I had catapult, I would do it.
No doubt.
So I'm just going to use the crossbow. I'm gonna be like, "Oi, you ugly, wasted skin, catch!" And I like try and shoot him in the face. All right, so let's see how it goes. (11 plus 6 is 17.
And this is your crossbow?
This is my crossbow.
It stabs into the opposition, successfully striking its mark. And sorry, you're attacking the dude that's coming in upon you?
Actually, no. I'm gonna try and hit the one that's going on to all this.
That is the one that's going in onto all this.
Okay, then yes, that's the one.
As the camera pans against to show you step out and fire away, the fellow looks towards you as he brings his shield in to close the distance. It's too late as your crossbow releases and sinks in against his chest plate. How much damage?
1 plus 4 is 5.
He is up to 10 points of damage as he stumbles back with a oof. And from there,
Yeah.
back to
That's
Aldous.
all I got.
Aldous, you watch as the bolt flies away and strikes into the enemy. The one with eyes upon you at first and now sighting upon your companion. What do you do?
I'm going to move in the direction of the cart and fire a firebolt at him one more time.
As you rush in towards onto the other side of your elven legs carrying you through the muck fast as they can. You spin around and fire off a firebolt towards him, hitting as you do.
And 6 damage.
He shrieks out. Oh, hang on, that's not it. As it explodes against him for 6 damage, he stumbles back, pattering against his cloak and putting the flames out as the rain douses him, emitting a whole lot of smoke around his body. The camera swings against your expression of what, Aldous?
I'll look toward Serena, and I'll just kind of like, get over here. Let's get to the cart.
So this is what you're doing
Yes,
for
that's
Dandy?
my expression.
Okay, so you're gonna shout out towards Serena, who's down the riverbank, still tying up thing.
Yep.
Okay, shouting towards Serena. Serena can make it. What's your passive perception? Is 11.
Mine or Serena's? Mine's
Serena's is
13.
11. She can still hear you. It's fine. I let you guys hear a crossbow clap earlier, so that's okay. Despite the raging river behind you, you still hear your companion. Despite the storm and the raging river and the adrenaline and blood pumping in your ears, you still hear Aldous shout out towards you. What was it you had said to her?
Grab Armor and get her to the cart.
The camera pulls back dramatically to show the cart in the distance, and then zips back in upon to show Doc situated against the trees with the opposition clueless of his presence in the distance.
All right. Is there anybody I can shoot?
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, shoot that guy.
Alright, that sounds good.
With advantage, right?
As Doc's
Right?
facial expression grows dour but ever more serious, you clap another bolt into the trough of your crossbow, and step around to fire away.
All right, so the first one's 19.
Crossbow, right?
This
Doc?
is an advantage because you are hidden.
Okay.
So you also get your
I
sneak
do not have a
attack.
crossbow. You have your crossbow. I
No,
only
no.
have a short bow.
Oh, you have a
left
short bow,
with
that's
the
right, you do have a
silver
short
heavy
bow.
crossbow.
As
You have the silver heavy crossbow +1.
Oh, I have the silver heavy crossbow +1.
Yes.
And rogues use crossbows? I don't know.
Yep, I do. I have proficiency with crossbows.
Yes.
I don't know what that does, but yes, I have that. What is it?
Are you using the heavy crossbow?
I mean, I was sticking with my short bow. With
I'm
my-
good with your short bow too. It's fine.
Yeah, I was doing the short bow with the poison. I can't change now. I'd already started with that. Sorry, Riz.
Having said though, you step out from cover as the camera focuses in upon your prey, and you fire away.
All right, so with advantage, my first one was 23. My second one was 8. So 23 I'm going to take.
Awesome. Obviously. If only it was a crit hit, right?
Yeah. All right, so the first is the regular damage, so 1d6 plus 2. So that's 3. And then the poison is another d6. So 3 plus 2, that's 5. And then if I'm far enough away, I think I need to hide again, or should I just do
You have
the,
sneak attack with this one. So you roll 2d6 that as well, Doc.
plus another 7. So
Jesus.
5 plus 7, 12.
Holy fuck, dude.
But it works. It works. It's just rare.
Alright, fair enough. It doesn't quite kill him, it brings him to 28 points of damage as your shot sails away, and strikes him directly in the helmet once again. He's completely clueless of it as he poof to the one side. You watch him stumble away from the shot. Clearly it hurt, and as he looks towards where the shot came from, you can't help but almost laugh as the bolt is stuck out of his helmet. As he looks towards where the shot came from, he looks back towards where everybody else is, and all of you can see he's got like a fucking handle sticking out of his helmet now. He reaches up and he grabs a hold of it and shrieks in pain, and then leaves it where it is. Snaps it off where it is. Tossing the haft away, the camera pans from Doc over his shoulder to this guy racing in towards Aldous as he looks towards where the shot came from. And as he closes the distance upon Aldous, he shouts, "Your friends will pay for you! You're gonna pay for your friend's stupidity!" As he comes towards you, rolling... Whoop! Jesus, can't keep the thing on. Rolling an 11 plus bonus is 5 for 16 against Aldous' AC.
It hits.
He comes upon you with his sword held high, swinging down and past you the first time as you dance to the side ever so quickly. You watch as he follows through, pureeing around, and smashes into you. As you roll with the strike for taking 5 points of slashing damage in the process, you dance away as a string of a piece of your armor, do you wear armor? Any leathers or anything?
No. Aldous? No.
Okay, yeah. Watching as a chunk of your clothing starts to redden with blood.
So Aldous, you took 5 damage.
5, yeah. I was listening on that. Yeah. That's okay. I had 10 minutes.
Armorette moans where she lies. And not like a good moan, but like a pained, fuck my life moan. The camera pans against Markham where he stands. He pulls the blade once again from the scabbard, and he says, "Time to go to work!" Then he leaps off the back and rushes towards the first horseman. As he rushes past him with the blade held high and down his forearm, he leaps through the air, although he's from the other side, so he has it around the other side. He leaps through the air, and he stabs towards the fella. As he does so, with that monstrosity right there, he jumps through the air as the rider looks upon him coming towards, and he doubled the sixes for 10 points plus bonus damage, delivering 13 points of piercing into the fucker. As he stabs through him, ending him, bringing him to the ground in one fluid motion. The whole of this guy stabs down into him. The camera pans against, and then around as the horse starts to run. Rigger takes 2 quick shots with the with another 2 arrows out of the quiver. Firing twice, she hits once upon one of the riders with a total of 4 plus 3 for another 7 points of damage. Ending the one that you got. Oh no, that was that one. Never mind, he's not dead. And that was the horse, and it's running away. So I guess she's doing 7 damage to a new one. Okay. So 7 damage to Saddlebags here. Actually, to Clydesdale here. So she fires away at the one on the horse back there. I'm gonna need another knight here, apparently. There he is. I actually do. There you go. Fucking horseback rider if it kills me, damn it. Sweet. So, as I was saying, she fires away, sinking an arrow into the rider upon that horse successfully. As the camera swings around, she went right. Buddy rides in close, raking against Tomas. He rolls a 9 plus 5 for 14 against Tomas.
I will cutting words that so he can't hit me. I'll say to him, God, you have to look at that every day in the morning. And he misses me because I have to roll at least a 1. So
As you roll in, his horse is hurt on his behalf and veers out of range so that he doesn't have to hear you. But as a result, he misses completely.
nice.
With that said, the guy, the last saddlebags guy left there, he's gonna fire 2 quick shots. The first one is going to sail past Tomas. Actually, sorry, 9 plus 5. Does that hit you?
Yeah, it does.
Oh, okay. In that case, it is going to hit you for a d6 of damage. Terrific stuff. That's 5 plus 2 for 7 points of piercing damage that stabs into poor Tomas.
Cool.
He claps another bolt in and gets a nat 20. Delivering 10 plus 2 points of damage for 12 points of piercing damage that stab into poor Tomas.
Okay.
One after the next, he pops them into your chest. As he does this from a stationary position upon the horseback, the camera pans against his grim facial expression to show your companions in the back as Resvin does what?
I get to go, right?
Oh, sorry. Serena goes.
And Serena hasn't gotten it either.
And I pick up Armorand with one arm and make a run for the wagon.
You absolutely may.
I will do just that.
Sounds like a plan.
Magic just disappears so fast.
You grab a hold of her and start carrying her out. You're at half movement. So if you double move, it's your full movement, effectively.
If need be, I will dash.
That's what's happening. So
What?
dashing as you do, you are carrying her all the way across the battlefield, rushing out from the riverbank, leaving the rushing water behind. Resvin watches as you race past, and Tomas, the camera pans back over to show you in and amidst.
Is there a rider next to me at all or no?
There is one close by. Hey, buddy.
Has he?
Sorry, one sec, guys.
No,
Have a good night, guys.
I'm looking rough right now, so that's why.
How much you got left on you, buddy?
10 HP.
I'm right there with you.
Wow.
Yeah, but I want to keep my second level on. I want to keep at least a second level and a cutting words for
I have
Alma.
no spells, but I have 31 HP.
Yeah.
Someone
just
give
got-
him the crossbow.
I haven't gotten touched.
Yeah, I have.
Until one time.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
Okay, can
Hey,
I?
Rez, why don't you toss him one of the depth charges?
I will chug a healing potion as my bonus action.
Oh, did someone take all the healing potions off of her and a whole bunch of other stuff?
Oh well, I still have those healing potions from the what's it called, from the herbalist back in the day.
Hit it up.
Well,
I gotta buy a couple of them.
So 2d4 plus 2, right?
2d4 plus 2, yes.
So I got 8 healing right there. So I'm back to 18 right now. And then my action, I will. Which rider looks like the most hurt?
That'd be the one that the one in the background, saddlebags that Rigger hit.
I will cast Dissonant Whispers on him.
Hey, you ogle over towards the target there, and as the camera pulls back to show Rigger's eyes widen as you chant out several words amidst the storm. It's almost like the water itself ripples to the side of the sound's vibrations as you tunnel through the storm and strike upon their consciousness. Rigger's mouth agape in the background. The camera focuses in upon the figure as you do damage, and I roll save. I roll a 2.
Nope. Come on, son.
You don't say.
Picture that. 25 experience, Dooley. That was a great imagery.
Cheers. I do my best, buddy.
Okay. 6, 6, 5. Whoa. So it's 17 damage.
Fuck me.
Yeah.
Are you yelling at somebody or whispering at them? Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
This is the guy that had taken 7 before, eh? Wow. Okay. It's crazy. Bringing him up to 24, he stumbles back with the horse accidentally as he pulls on the reins, nearly falling out of the saddle. He manages to pull himself back forth as he shouts out, "Ah, fuck!" And then the camera pans to show your face with an expression of...
You see a smile, like a really, really, really like the Joker smile, kind of like just a side smug grin coming up.
He pulls back away and flies up over to show Resman amidst the trees once again.
Okay, I'm going
To mind sliver the other dude.
Okay.
There's only the 2 left, right?
Yes.
There's... Is it only 2 left, Dooley? I think there's 3, right?
There's 4, technically.
Oh, there's 4 still?
No,
We
sorry,
killed
one
one.
got stopped. Yeah, I did.
Okay.
So there's 3, my bad.
Okay. So, yeah, I'm going to mind sliver the one that's closest to Aldous, I guess.
Okay, sounds good.
So, needs to make an int check 15.
Okay, and roll your damage.
So. Okay, so the damage is 1d6, and I rolled a 1. And the next time, or the first time that this person has to make a saving throw before the end of next turn, they subtract 1d4 from their saving throw.
Okay, well, he fails his save, and I guess he'll have to subtract 1d4 at some point in the near future. Does he take any damage right now?
Just 1.
Just the 1 point of damage? Okay, fair enough. He winces, not sure of what the hell that was, and thinks to himself, I should have had my prostate checked. He takes the 1 point. Right, that's that guy. Bring him to 29. Cool. Cool. He is barely hanging on. He feels like that prostate's going to be the end of him. From there, it is back over to Aldous once again, who is directly in front of this fellow.
I am going to cast another fireball at him.
Directly in his face. That's a ranged attack there, mister. I'm going to have to cause some disadvantage on you.
He came up on me?
He's right there, brother.
I see that now.
You can do Toll the Dead, dude. He has a minus a D4 from Toll the Dead, right?
I know.
Ooh, look at the tactics.
The reason why I haven't done Toll the Dead the whole time is because I don't want to call more people to us.
It's okay.
This is going to create a loud sound like 100 feet.
It is true.
And it's just going to be like bang, 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 bang. You know what I mean? That's why I haven't done it the whole time. I've just been
You got a
fireball.
rock to throw at him? I mean, what's he doing?
Fireball.
It's just a finger. What's the fear about a finger?
I got a better idea. I'm going to look at him. I'm going to point my finger at him, and I'm going to whisper to myself, but he's going to hear in his mind.
It doesn't make a
cast a
sound.
message.
It
Okay.
doesn't make it makes a bell. It doesn't say the bell can hear you.
Alright, It says it makes a sound.
Oh my god, I'll be right back.
100 feet.
That's not, dude.
Is that not?
No, he's right. It is knock.
That's not, my friend. Toll the Dead. Yeah, Toll the Dead. It creates a sound, but it's like now. It's not 100 feet away, dude.
Okay. The reason why I said 100 feet is because that's a ruling that we have in another game. But it says the sound of a delirious bell fills the air around it for a moment. And like I said, that's a ruling we have in another game. Because it was 100 foot. That's why I don't use sometimes.
How are you looking on health?
I'm
You
fine.
got plenty.
I was gonna say, want to
That's what I'm
take
saying.
down the attack and then firebolt him without disadvantage.
He's almost dead.
Yeah.
I'm just going to
Win some,
look
you
at
lose
him.
some.
Come on.
I'm going to point my finger and I'm going to cast message. And I'm going to whisper to myself, but he's going to hear in his mind me speaking to him. And I'm going to say, you better get out of here, you fool. And that's it.
I mean, you could, but you have like a knife or something. He's
No, I
not.
don't have a
Not
knife.
that much.
I don't. I think
I'm
I
sorry.
might have
You have
a
anything pointy?
quarterstaff. I do. I have a quarterstaff. I can hit him with my quarterstaff.
Is that what you're gonna do though? Is that your final answer?
Yep.
Are you facing him when you do this? I mean, I get the point of it. You're looking him in the eyes, and as you're whispering, he can hear you echoing in his head. That's a total brain fuck. I love it. Roll me intimidation at advantage, and he is gonna roll to resist.
12 plus 0.
As you turn to face him, looking him in the eyes as he faces you down. And what'd you roll again, sorry?
12.
12 plus 7?
0 plus
Oh,
0.
12 plus 0. 12 total. Okay, fair enough. He rolls an 18. But as you say this, and he steps backwards, struck by this, he looks at you and says, "Job's a job, mage. If I leave, I die. Simply for insubordination. It's not just like they'll take my paycheck. Actually, it's not like they'll just take my pay. Nothing personal."
Yep. It was worth a try.
He rolls at disadvantage on the first swing with a 14 plus bonus, though. He still stabs into you. For 7 plus 2 for 9 points of piercing damage as he stabs forward with his blade. And then he cleaves across for a 3. That's with disadvantage on both. They both came up 3. Regardless, he swings again to kind of like hack off your head in a finishing move and misses completely as you stumble off to the one side, bleeding out. As he steps backwards and swings the blood off of his sword, you face up against him and look down towards the wound that is just off to the one side. Damaging, to be sure, but not fatal, fortunately. You've been stabbed worse. As
Bring it
the,
down, Peg.
as the camera swings from me and the last of my dudes, it shows Serena rushing across the battlescape.
How close am I to Aldous and the guy that he's fighting?
That's you, that's him, and so that is that far. Let's say 30
30 feet?
Yeah, 30 feet. Literally 30 feet.
Okay, as I'm running to deliver Armorant, I'm just gonna toss my javelin at the fucker.
You can do this at disadvantage because you're carrying a body.
Fair. That's a 1.
As you go to pull the javelins out, you can drop one. It's the body or your javelin.
I'll drop the javelin.
In letting the javelin go, it catches against your elbow, and you end up dropping 2.
Okay.
It ends up being that it hooks on your elbow, it rocks back and forth, catches against your cloak, motherfucker. It catches against his cloak, I should say. Her cloak. It's all just a clusterfuck, and you couldn't have done it if you tried. Just roll the dice, who would have seen it coming? Anyway, you make your way across the battlescape all the same. I'm assuming yes.
Yes, although I will use my interaction to draw another javelin. I've got 2 left.
That's fine. You are moving at half movement, so this is only 15 feet that you cover, getting to here. That said,
Sorry, man, I tried.
you rush as fast as you possibly can, the camera panning aside to show Tomas on the back of the wagon.
Okay, I will. God, I need to get a ranged weapon, my friends. Like honestly. I don't have much left in me. I have one spell slot, but I don't want to waste it. So I will cast. I'll cast. I have. Is there? They're gonna. He's gonna use his freaking horse to get in the way. I'll cast Vicious Mockery on the Dissonant Whispers guy.
Right on. All right, once again, up goes the Dissonant Whispers as you reach across the ether with your voice, affecting it upon as vibrations carry across the environment through the atmosphere, causing a strange tunnel of splashing water. As I make a save, I think 15 makes it.
I'll cast Cutting Words on him.
Motherfuck you! Can you do that?
Yeah, as a reaction.
Motherfuck you! I mean, good job, good tactical.
He
thinking.
minus five from that, so he fails it.
Fuck that! I mean, good job. My therapist says I should be more positive.
That's lore. That's a lore mod for you guys. He takes 4 damage.
4 damage, and this is on. Sorry, this horse is also running away. This guy right here.
The one that got Dissonant Whispers, and the one that Rigger hit too.
Oh, right, that was the saddlebags in the back. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck that. As your vibrations carry out, Rigger's eyes open wide, and Serena hears a unmistakable. And as you look over towards the clanging sound, you watch as the fellow's helmet starts to slide off of his body as the whole horse starts to dash away, and the body slams into the ground, lacking most of its the right side of its head.
Cool. Nice. I say in Abyss, I'll say, may you never rest in peace, because I'm so angry right now.
You feel something tremor within you. As the camera pans away, it shows Resvin once again in the background. If you could regale me with a tale of heroism, my gnome friend.
Run forward and so there's 2 left, right?
There are.
Okay.
This one's running away. No, there's 1 left. Him.
Okay, so I am going to.
Saddlebags is down.
Yeah.
Oh, and
I'm
Markham
going
gets
to...
up and actually has to jump at him. I forgot to run Markham. He rolls a 5. And then a 12. And with a 12 plus bonus, he's still going to miss. As he runs up upon the guy. Oh, no, actually, he's going to hit, isn't he? Cool. With a 3 plus bonus, he brings his blade about, flipping it in his hand. He catches it once again against his forearm and carves against the guy's thigh for 6 points of damage. And with that, it is over to, Resvin, as you were, sir.
I take one of
the magic stones out of my pocket. You ever see that meme where the guy is running around and going, lightning bolt, lightning bolt, lightning
Okay.
bolt? So I take one of the magic stones and I go, lightning bolt, and I throw it at him.
Okay, fair enough. What are you at crossbow shots?
No, I'm just trying to mix it up. So
Okay.
I rolled an 18.
You know what? It's a disadvantage for the range.
Okay. Oh, you mean like too close?
No, for the the guy up close to you. That's right too. That's the second guy. I keep forgetting that guy's still alive. That's fine. Yeah, you throw the rock at him. It hits. Sorry, what'd you roll?
18.
Yeah, it totally hits.
11 plus 7.
Yeah, totally. You're good.
And it is 7 points, 2 plus 5 of bludgeoning damage.
What'd you roll for that? It's a D4 for a pebble or a rock.
No,
It's
It is
magic
not
stone.
a D6. What? This is magic stone? This is actually a thing?
yeah,
Okay.
it's a counter.
I didn't know that you were doing
Yeah,
that. All
right.
right. I thought you were literally just throwing a rock. All right. Terrific. So, in that case, 7 points
I
of
have
damage.
magic enchanted rocks in my
You
pocket.
cave in his skull. The pebble flies through the air and explodes yellow, kind of like something Gambit would throw. As it does so, it picks up a bit of speed and starts to whirl. And a moment later, the body schlups over in the mud. As he gets taken out and falls to the side, the camera pans against to show Resvin in the background, Hollis in the foreground, and a dead body just to the side. That's really difficult to get through. There it is. Bam.
Is everybody dead?
No, we got one more guy.
Son of a bitch.
And with that, as the camera comes flying overhead and then comes back down in the line, we see Aldous in the distance as the camera pulls back and shows you at a distance from the rest of the battle. As your companion runs away with your cargo in tow towards your wagon. What do?
Double movement, just straight follow.
Sounds good. You rush directly up in line with, coming up and catching up as Doc.
Can I shoot something?
You are a distance away as the camera zooms in upon your location. Still can't see you. You're such a good rogue, Doc. There you are, right there. As you step into a position to actually fire at something, the camera pans down low to show your mark in the distance. As we eye upon you for the moment, taking aim, and then you release.
Alright, here we go with the short bow. 12 plus 4, 16.
Hits.
Yeah. Alright.
Since Markham is next to him, you get a sneak attack too.
Oh, alright. So we start with 1d6 plus 2, which is 6. Then I get 1d6 for the poison, which is 3, so that's 9.
Excellent.
And then sneak attack. So 9 plus 6, 15.
Ooh, whoa.
Brutal. Brings him to
Rogues. Rogues.
yeah, 21 points of damage total. Sorry, did you say 16?
Yes.
So he's a 22. Every point counts. As the shot explodes through his shoulder, he drops his shield in shock. Shrieking in pain, it echoes from inside his helmet as Markham down below looks up towards him in shock, and you see him look over towards you in the distance, and with his mouth agape, the camera pans to your face as you wave, and then from a distance, you watch as the fellow looks around a moment, eyeing up his options and life choices, and disengages, allowing his horse to carry him as fast as it can.
Oh, he's trying to head out?
He's running.
I call out to Rigger and say, kill that motherfucker.
I know!
I know.
Are they heading out past me? Which way? Like, I think I'm in the distance,
I gotta
right?
just check his movement here, see if the. Okay, so the horse actually has 60 feet per fucking movement, so at a full gallop here, I'm booking it something fierce.
Yeah.
And I mean, I am booking it something fierce. As I am rushing away from everybody as fast as this horse can carry me. So what is everyone else gonna do? That's my turn. Serena. You're carrying Peter.
I am going to deliver Armorant to the end of the carriage.
Okay.
Please stay there in case she decides to wake up.
There.
Oh, what now?
Yeah, I guess I am going to. We already tied and gagged her, right?
Everything's been done.
Okay. Are there any horses left?
The horses are running away. This one's kind of finding its way this way, meandering as it do. Meanwhile, your wagon and horse are awaiting as you come towards with Armorant over your shoulder.
Yeah, I'm just gonna settle in the wagon and keep her nice and grappled.
Alright, sounds good. You rush forward and jump into the wagon with her in hand. Markham looks over towards and looks at everything and says, "Hunters, we are leaving!" As he moves backwards and jumps onto the wagon. He knacks the reins, and the whole of the wagon starts to pull around as everybody falls off it. And as it turns around, Rigger starts pelting away. Actually, Rigger jumps out and starts running down the way. Just to be dramatic about this. While you guys are doing all this, Rigger jumps the fuck out of the wagon and runs after the retreating knight, firing shot after shot after shot. Fuck. He rolls a 2 and an 8. Sadly, as the knight carries away fast as he can, somebody could inspire the NPC. I don't have a problem with that. What's
I
happening?
use my inspiration for the night, so.
I use mine. Doc, do you have inspiration? Aldous, do you have inspiration?
Yeah, we all do.
Yeah, sure. Let's.
Inspire the NPC.
So now, do I have to click the little inspiration thing on my?
No. This is house rule.
Oh,
Just say it. So
Sure,
so Doc and Desmond use their inspiration.
I already used mine.
Well, a 13 will hit, so one out of the bunch manages to sail away and punch into the retreating knight, who has taken a shitload of damage. So if this rolls max damage, Rigger will take him out. But sadly, it does not.
motherfucker.
With a 3 plus
Pick up one
3.
of the horses and jump on top
Okay, that sounds fine.
and chase him down.
But the horses are all a distance away from you.
Yeah, we only have the car. We only have the wagon right now.
Way over there. Where are you? There you are. There's Resvin. And there's the first horse. Where's the second one?
Can I double move to it? And then vault up?
The 3-foot gnome is gonna vault onto the horse.
And acrobatics.
Alright, so with 28 damage, the guy is carrying away. You guys in a wagon and him with just a horse. You guys with 6 people, him with 1. 7 people.
Yeah.
Him with 1.
There's no way we're gonna capture him. We just gotta cut our losses and go. I say,
Well,
Well,
that's
that
not
was a good
entirely
interaction.
true. I want to say, as this is all happening, the camera pans against to show, I mean, you know, Resvin, Tomas, you still have a turn.
I don't have
Markham's,
anything in range.
yeah, that's fine. I assumed as much. So, Resvin, you and Doc do have a turn here. Aldous,
Doc, you
Aldous
can-
does too, but Aldous is getting on the wagon, I'm assuming.
Doc, you have your short bow is 320 feet.
Yeah,
Disadvantage.
that's totally legit.
Oh yeah, let's light him up.
Do it up.
Fuck
You have to
yeah.
roll a disadvantage. That's it.
Disadvantage.
Why would you have to roll disadvantage?
Is it?
Why are you
Is
throwing me under the bus?
it? Is it 80 feet away from him?
No, he's good. He's
Oh, is it?
this guy is 70 feet, quite literally.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
I don't know if it's gonna be strong enough though. I got a 12 plus 4, 16.
Hits dead on. That's literally his AC.
+6.
You are lucking out hard here, sir.
We got him.
What do you,
Yeah.
what do you got for damage here?
All right.
Be
1d6
four
plus
or
2.
better, and you drop him.
6.
I'll let you have it. I have 3 + 4 is 7.
I get 6 plus 2. I got 8.
Thunk, thunk.
As the camera focuses in upon your eye, it shows the rider in the distance. You watch as the arrow sails away, and we can clearly see it in Doc's eyeball. We see the little shaft shrink away against the reflection of the rider when suddenly, in the distance, you hear a "Ah!" And the horse continues riding. But the rider falls off. And as the camera pans against to show him sitting in the dirt, it lowers down to show the expression on Resvin and Doc's faces.
Is there anybody near me? Any dead bodies in the vicinity?
No, but there's Resvin right next to you.
I'm not gonna loot Resvin. I don't know if I should.
What's the expression on your faces?
I'm still fucking pissed and waiting to pull a beat down on Amaran once we finally get back to the card. So
You're just gonna tie her up and beat her.
Honestly, yeah,
oh yeah, like literally, I'm starting to getting ready to pull like an Office Space on the printer.
Or like a Michael Madsen out of fucking Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah, just I'm not happy.
Cut her
I'm
ear
really
off and
not happy
shit.
about
I don't
all
know.
of this.
That was a
Anyway,
bit dramatic. And, apologies for that. We were followed accidentally. We were.
as the camera pans against the scene, it shows all the macabre, grim nature of it as you continue to talk.
Let's just get the hell out of here. We have to get out of here. Is there a way, Merrick? Is there a way to get into town without going through the main gates? Or
My name's Markham, you fuck.
whatever?
But yeah, we got a way in.
Okay, perfect. Come
As the
on.
camera pulls backwards and shows Doc and Resvin squeeze in on the wagon.
Is she alright? I looked. Is she alright? How? What happened?
What do you
What
mean?
happens if I hit her, but she's not dead, just hanging on?
She goes to death. She starts doing death saving throws.
Yeah, she
Oh,
just starts
really?
doing death saves again.
Yeah.
So I can't. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you thoroughly can. Of course you can.
I just like a little like a
to keep her in limbo.
yeah.
This is a role-playing game. I mean, you could piss all over if you wanted, really.
I know. I'm trying not to shit all over the bed here.
What?
Well, I mean, you can
happened?
shit all over if you want, I guess. I'm gonna look at you weirdly for it, but I mean,
Yeah.
I just Constitution save for everybody
I'm,
around you.
I'm just really angry about it now.
I
for
say,
this. Like,
well, this is Rigger and Markham. They are Roderick's best, and they came to help us.
I mean, I don't
sorry-
condone any of this. I'm just saying it's a role-playing game. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. Sorry about dipping out. I had some business to attend in town. I couldn't. Long story.
now Rigger, if it just outside of this, if I can recall, Rigger took the hits, right? Not Markham. Markham was okay. Rigger took
Both
the hits.
both of them took hits. Markham got a heal.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Thank you guys for getting here and for getting us out of here. Or Tomas, are we heading back to Rothric to?
yeah, what? Are you being? Well, I thought I was being followed, but are you being followed? What happened?
Probably by a lot. We probably should not be here, and I would just say the direction we should.
Okay, talk later. We'll talk later. Let's go.
Rigger
Markham,
looks
just
at the
leave-
lot of you and says, "Now, would you please do kindly shut up and get under the leather tarpaulin?"
Perfect.
As Markham rolls to the one side of the road and starts veering down to the left of the road, he heads off into a brush-ridden sort of trail, and he starts to say, "I used to run these roads way back when I was just a youth. Once upon me and my mates, we'd be rolling bits of brew back and forth between here and as far as to Annis' ale, and who's to say on beyond. I remember, and Rigger pipes in, Markham, I appreciate the walk down memory lane, but honestly, do keep quiet. And she finishes buttoning the tarp as she stations herself next to him upon the bench, and the cart continues to rock back and forth with the rain pattering down around you as they make their way along the tread. The camera fades to black, crossfading sometime later as you hear noises entering it upon Arabelle. As you hit the outskirts of town, you can hear farm animals, farmers calling out, the rain slowly subsiding but the clouds keeping on around. The slight bits of thunder erupting in the distance promise more rains all the same. Occasionally you hear gallops rushing past, but you don't hear any trouble. And as you continue in towards the town, before long, you see the walls pass by, and a guardsman look towards and say something to the effect of, "Oh, that smells like shit." And for the first time as he says this, as your adrenaline finally has died down enough, you realize this wagon does reek of shit.
As long as it gets us home.
Sorry about that.
The streets of Cobble expose themselves to your view out the back of the wagon as the lot of you keep yourselves somewhat hidden behind whatever bits of tarp hang low. And eventually, you see familiar neighborhoods as the pair pulls into Roderick's compound, and you fade to black.
Dun, dun, dun.
You know, I was thinking about this.
I'll rest out of this one.
I would love to actually know, before our stupidity, what the intent was for us to do for many of these episodes.
Oh, that's the beauty of it, is that I don't write what you're supposed to do. I'm an expert in sandbox. It's how I cut my teeth in DMing.
I mean, it's
started-
just a train wreck at times.
I started writing the stories
I
through them
could have
ages.
waited for the thing to get loaded onto the boat, and then I figure the plan probably would have been the same.
To some extent, yeah. It's just, do we wait for stuff to get? And we honestly did it at a great time. There was not too much power on the boat. It was literally just limited to her and like a few deckhands.
Yeah, there was no
one guy we
platinum
thought
on there.
might have been some like work for us. We knocked him off real quick. You know what I mean? So it was it was like all focus on her, and then a couple of little things we had to take care of. And I think if it hadn't have been that way, we would have never taken her out.
So, as an aside, I know I had said this, and we got to figure out how to get Charles on the the text Skype thing. You know, I had mentioned it that if we could get her back intact, that sending Tomas out disguised as her to, you know.
Well, I have two things I can do with her. So I'm 4th level now, so I can take Speak with Dead as one of my 3rd levels. So if we do kill her, I can speak with her when she dies.
The
And then
problem
I also have
with that is speak with dead. If they don't want to talk to you, they don't have to.
No, but then I can disguise myself as one of her partners, and then she would talk to me.
My thought is just you disguise yourself as her and then figure out a way to ruin her good name or their standing. You know, by
Doesn't
either
matter.
showing cowardice or something else. I mean, I figured you would be able to improvise that pretty well.
Yeah.
If you can't tell, I've kind of taken an affront to the fact that we sat there and let her fucking monologue. So I'm definitely ready to light this bitch up.
Well, my plan was, because I don't know if we're still going back for that box or not, but my plan was to soak myself in the river a bit, go back like drenched in the river and angry, pretend that I barely managed to escape from the boat after Red Cloak was a coward and jumped. And I was going to blame him and say that I was the loyal one.
See, I actually wrote that to the guys earlier. I was like, I don't think anybody else knows that Serena is with us right now. So I think we still have that possibly in our hip pocket, which is a good thing. Which I know it offends Serena's sensibilities that I just slice throats. But in self-preservation, them going back and telling other people what we're doing was not probably going to work out well for us.
Well, like they're going to give it all because they know it's kind of a dead end job. So they're kind of in for penny, in for pound kind of deal.
Yeah.
Like, they don't have any other recourse. So.
Serena doesn't know you killed them.
Everyone takes 500 experience.
Whoa. That's a lot.
Wow.
She was a baddie, man. She was a baddie.
It's not just that. This was a hard session. You guys had very few resources. You guys had just come out of a major battle, and I was pouring it on. This was a tour de force, and you guys made it out, surviving. You came from that wreckage that is being scoured by Iron Throne agents now, and you managed to get into the wagon with Armorant, no less. With Armorant. Yeah. And in case anyone's wondering, Misty Step is a 2nd level spell. It's a bonus action. Yeah. And so she can only move 30 feet. She didn't have many slots left at all. She did have a bunch of healing vials on her that I said gave her 30 health. So after she recovered, she obviously slammed those. That wasn't until she got away. I want to clarify. If you guys had got her at all right away, that would have been it for her. But she managed to get the fuck away. Never let the
villain monologue, guys. that's rule number one. Rule number one.
But hey, whoa! I want to say something here. Is that again? These are business people. This is a merchant guild. Don't forget this. Just because they are party of the poop wagon, vile, despicable examples of humanity doesn't mean that they won't turn a coin.
I think she was honest on buying us out.
Yeah.
100%. 100%.
Yeah, I tried to make that happen, but attacks still kept going.
Yeah, seriously, at the end of the day.
I don't think Doc would play that game.
Listen, too many people have tried to stab me in her presence or shoot me with things in her presence. And my character's position is very, very neutral. Yeah. And my background is so much so that, I'm fine until you screw with me. And then once you screw with me, then there's no more. That's just the position that I take. So, there's only so many times you can be like, yeah, go kill him. That I no longer trust anything you say.
I do feel guilty, though. Dooley, I do trust you. And I know you're, you have stuff. I just thought I missed something and didn't understand it. And honestly, there were a lot of things I didn't understand.
No. I glossed over a lot. It's not about understanding. It's about lack of information. Let's face it. I wouldn't dare cheapen your intelligence like that. Not at all. I mean, I appreciate the self-deprecation in my favor, but no, honestly. It's I gloss over stuff all the McFucking time. I just do. It's what I do. I want to, in service to the story, I'm totally, I'm not exposing things to players a lot of times because I'm for the sake of theater, if I expose this as a thing, it becomes a focal point, and then everybody's making rolls about something nobody would give a shit about. So I make a roll, it's a nat fucking 20, and that's me. Right? There's nothing more than that. I'm not going to ask everybody, hey, what's your passive perceptions? Everybody. And then everyone's on the alert. And I don't want to do that. I want everybody to be carrying on with their plan. And amidst that, she has her own motivation, the same as any villain would. Not to mention, being a boss character, she has a second life bar. So it is what it is.
No, I thought it was great. Although I will point out, I'm going to back up Rez on this. The horses did have metal bits in their mouths.
Well, I mean, nobody used them. Nobody said anything about the bits at all. You're 100% correct.
And then you went like this, and I was like, you know what? He's got a plan. I'm not messing with it.
But by the way, it was really good because I privately wrote to Rez, and I was like, don't piss off the DM. He will kill all of us.
Yeah. That's the way you didn't bring it up. I'm like, they do have metal bits, and you did like this, and it was like that was a back off look, and I'm like, okay, I'm not.
That wasn't this. This
This
isn't a
is
back
not-
off look. I'm like, I wonder what would happen. I do not ever think that I will arbitrarily murderize. I am not a murder hobo. You're the murder hobo. This. My point being though,
Hobo.
like
I just blow myself
whatever happens in the service of the story is fine by me. And a lot of times I'm very ham-fisted to make sure that the story gets the service it deserves, if that makes any sense. So as far as anything goes in my world, I'm not going to be so focused on, like, I don't need to get revenge for my characters. I'm not worried about you guys kill. I'm not worried about you guys murder hoboing your way through the campaign. I'm worried about what you guys are going to do. Like, you know what? I don't care if you murder hobo. I care if you bitch and complain when I murdered hobo back.
Yeah.
You know?
No,
That's...
I loved every bit of this. Like the all the little bits and pieces about her working her way out. You did a great job with the background. I mean, I know I'm overstepping the
No, whatever.
Which like the music, the sound effects. Getting everybody amped up, being able to run the two stories of what was going on in the background with Tomas and catching up with us, and the shit show, and managing the unique points of view on it with Serena trying not to be like kill everybody and me just being fucking pissed off. Aldous having 36 fucking hit points out of nowhere.
I didn't take any damage on the boat.
Yeah, like everything was fantastic until you were like, he doesn't have any damage. I'm like, I don't know, just pick a goddamn rock, Aldous, hit somebody. No, it was fantastic.
I had no spell left though. I
have one
everything
second
I had.
level right now. I have 1 second.
Like we all kind of need a rest.
Yeah, we're all level 4 right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but we can't get anything right until you.
No! Hold on. I want to clarify. In arriving at Roderick's place, you guys are all getting a long rest. You are gaining your level, 100%. Good job, gentlemen.
Because I started a bit later.
You can take a level 2. It's fine.
What's up?
You can take the level 2. It's fine.
Oh, sweet. Thank you.
I typically start new characters on the next level, to be quite honest. But anyway, moving along.
Now, I know something changes with a rogue at level 4, but I don't know.
You get a ASI.
Oh, what?
Ability score increase or a
Yeah, go with the lingo, brother.
Dude, I'm
Get an
almost
ASI.
too old for this crap. All right.
Sorry.
You and me both. I didn't know what he fucking meant. I'll be completely honest with you.
All right. So how do so
Dungeon
how
Master
do I
in
do this?
25
Right
years.
there
I have
next
no
to your name,
fucking
there's a
clue.
gear.
No, more than. Oh my god.
Click on this gear. Okay, click on the
Click
gear.
that gear,
Anyway.
and then you're gonna go down.
So that's
to
what
head
Sean
character.
liked and hated, and what did you like the least? What did you like the least? You told me what you loved. That's cool. I'll appreciate that.
You're gonna go to class, and it's gonna say character level.
Oh, you're doing your
and
thing.
then
All right,
there's gonna be a little
Charlie.
thing to the right, it's gonna say level.
How's it going,
Shift
buddy?
to
What'd you
four,
like? What'd you hate?
and
What's your
then
part? What's your least?
you should have from there.
Well, the her breaking out, like initially I wasn't super fond of it, but you explained it and it makes perfect sense in retrospect. Just after the no holds barred brawl that was last session, it was like a little concerning to see. Like it makes perfect sense, but that did kind of catch me off guard a bit. But I liked that everybody was consistent with their character. I liked the desperation and the improv like that we had to do to get out of this, and the dynamic of
That was my favorite part too.
and just the whole thing of like how I don't want to kill anybody, but like I get that, and like if Serena notices, we might be in for a bit of a discussion on the ethics of the adventuring and stuff like that. But like, it was fun.
Right on, man. What did you not like? Oh, you said you were just liking. Yeah, fair enough. And I was gonna say, Sean, what'd you not like?
No, really today, nothing. I mean, it was all a very good challenge in trying to figure out, how do we get by with it? How do we make our decisions? Um, I think I'm trying to learn as a character how to push people when it's, hey, we have to get this done. And I think I have to work on that better. That's one thing that was here, which is I don't think I've learned to push hard enough. And obviously I've learned that I don't need Serena seeing me cutting people randomly. Other than that,
She'll think less of me.
Yeah, really, there wasn't a lot to say that was bad today. It was fantastic. I mean, I think it was well done, and it was a hell of a challenge that you stepped up to. It was fantastic.
Good. Justin, what'd you like? Which was released?
Liked it all pretty much. The points where we didn't have, so we had Thomas this time, but we had no clue what the hell to tell this lady, and that's our fault again. I called out on us. I was like, I didn't take notes for this. I don't really remember this part. I know there's some things, but I don't really remember. Like, Thomas is our talking guy. Mm-hmm. But that's.
How did you get into that
fault.
position just all of a sudden?
I don't know. It was like everyone was like, "Okay, I'm not gonna arrow. I'm getting a spell ready." And I was like, "I'm the last one. I'm gonna talk to this lady."
So you drew the shortest straw or some shit.
And then it was like, attack.
Oh man, that's so good.
Lady, don't. I'm gonna try to make this work out. And then it was attack. And then it was like, hold on, let's try to attack.
Extra and cute.
And I was like, oh man.
Dude, no, seriously. I don't know. Like, you got into that position. You did good. Like, you did fine. But no support. No, everybody kept attacking.
I wasn't ready for it myself either. I was just like,
you're like, I want to do this. And then everyone's like, yeah! But it didn't really match up.
I ended up shooting a fireball at her at some point, and then I was like, man, why did I shoot that fireball? I should have just kept following her. And that's why I started just shoot the magic and just track her. And then
I
you
think
guys decide how it goes.
I think sessions where half the party is trying to save and knock out the bitch, or the big bad, I should say, in general, in the biblical sense, but in this case, the bitch, is you get half the people doing one and half the people doing other, and you get that split the room thing where everyone's trying to figure out what's the best thing. No, I know what the best thing is. You get like two leaders out of it. Turns into like fucking Marvel Civil War or some shit. It's terrific. Bunch of superheroes trying to figure out the best course of action. Just priceless. Anyway,
in this case, shooting them was probably the best answer at the first time. I'm just pointing out. Oh, I do have a question.
She was sincere. If she was sincere about offering us a deal, giving us a position with her, with them, and potentially taking what's his name out.
I think she was sincere about giving us money. Sincere about letting us live to use it. Different question.
I feel like she was kind of a little bit sincere in us as a group. I mean, we just basically took her down. And she was like, well, I mean, fuck, the 3-4 of you guys just took me down on a ship with my people.
You guys are assets. And would have, like...
Oh, yeah. We would have definitely just been pawns to her, but
exactly.
we still would have been
employed
to her.
She's not dead yet.
Sincere or not?
I just wanted her not to be dead and us not to be dead as well in that area. Like, that was my whole goal, was to take all of us not dead and move somewhere else, was my initial starting goal. I do have to follow up with somebody. There's a feat thing here too. I finally figured out what you guys were saying.
Yeah.
But I should probably do the ability score, most likely.
I would. You have two odd ones, so I personally would. You have, because you can increase your dex and your con to 3 each, and that your dex is like your main stat, right?
So dexterity and constitution.
Yeah. I would personally. That's what I would do, unless you want to do like good feats for rogue is like dual wielder would be good for you, or stuff like that. But
I was doing the read, like sharpshooter was one, and
I mean,
but you're saying max out dexterity right now, right?
Yeah.
As you guys,
up Dex and Con, because you have both of them right there, and Dex is your primary attribute, so you're going to want to get that to at least 16.
Yeah.
as you guys are entering in upon this, this moment, coming out of the wagon, covered in whatever the refuse that wasn't cleaned out, with your cargo in tow, you enter in upon the residence of your patron, after a fashion. As you enter into Roderick's chamber, his attendant nearby bringing him a cup of tea, he looks up and he says, "You're here. What is that smell? What are you covered in?" And the attendant looks over towards them, and as you say this, he takes a wipe off of Tomas's shoulder and wipes it back on Tomas, and then looks at his finger as he's procured more. And then simply says, as he crosses his arms, "Tea, gentlemen, or perhaps a bath?" As your ears perk up, Doc, he looks towards you and says, "I do believe a bath is in order, sir." And he looks towards Roderick, who simply gives a nod and says, "We'll speak more when you're finished cleaning up."
I think you're going to be interested.
Is that Armorant? He looks towards
I think
the...
there's like a love thing going on there.
As he brings the figure in. Or do you not? Do you or do you not bring her in?
We totally bring it up.
Okay, I was wondering. As she comes stepping out of the darkness through the door frame into the firelight, and he simply stands straight up and down as Armorant looks towards him, bleeding, bruised, oozing, in fact. He simply says to his attendant, "See that she's cleaned up. Put to the side, if you will." He says it after a moment, with some regard for the words. Armorant doesn't say anything, but keeps her eyes low, and then looks up towards him as the attendant comes in between him and her onto the side, and looking in her eyes, he says to her, "A bath for the lady then as well." She still doesn't say anything, and he walks past the camera, disappearing from the scene.
I don't think we need to tell him to keep an eye on her. I think he knows what he's dealing with.
Yeah, that sounds bad.
I still want to...
We're so reticent to kill her because I'm like, you know what? I think there's like this chemistry or history and if she like turns dark side and like zaps him with
About 20
lightning
years.
bolt, it's on them.
I still feel
Armorant
like-
is Armorant's in her 40s, Roderick's in his 60s.
Young blood.
But no,
So I mean, as an aside, I don't know what you're like when we were coming into this. Like my goal was to get all of us out of there with her bound, gagged, and get back to Roderick to find out what do you want to do now. With the understanding that we had two outs here, that we had Serena, who they thought was on their side, and that they had Tomas. And I know it wasn't good that we had Tomas to play her off later on. I know, well, like Serena wasn't happy with me killing those two people, but leaving any witnesses right now undermines that whole path of us trying to undermine the her position.
Again, I still don't know that you did it.
I know. No, I'm just talking in terms of the strategy, like where I was coming from, and I had actually tried. I felt bad because I didn't realize you weren't on the text message. Or on the Skype thing, that I was trying to kind of noodle some of this out so he wouldn't burn a lot of time at the beginning.
yeah, get yourself an account, brother. What's going on over there? Ricky, what'd you like? What'd you hate? What's your part? What's your least? Sorry to keep you waiting, brother.
That's right. I hated that you know what? I feel guilty that I didn't
Understand what was going on, and I just need to realize I need to trust you more and let it play and roll. And
You need
I'm
to stop
totally great with that.
self-flagellating here. Stop flagellating.
No. I'm not. It's a growth point. It's
Okay.
not
all right.
a deprecation thing.
I don't think you did anything. Yeah. Anyway. All right.
And then the background music, it gets to be where if I'm tired, I have a hard time separating noise.
No, fair enough.
And
You've
so
said
I
this
have
before.
a very difficult time hearing you most of the time.
I'm gonna send you a pair of headphones, a better pair of headphones instead of those earbuds.
I have Sony's. I have noise canceling Sony's, and they're amazing. But it just has, like, these are great though. It actually just has to do with how much noise there is going on,
All right,
or not noise, but yeah.
fair enough.
You know what? Like, honestly, this session invoked a lot of emotion, like frustration and angst and like all kinds of. It was great.
Did it give relief and achievement? Hopefully.
Not yet, but
Oh,
there's
fuck.
no catharsis yet.
Oh wow, I'm so sorry. Shit, man, that sounds terrible.
No. You know what? Next session, if everything, you know, I want to see what happens between her and him, right? So that I know it'll be there. It's just, yeah, that was crazy, man.
Okay, clearly the pressure's on. I gotta do some good dialogue rating.
Yeah.
No, fair enough. Right on, brother. And Tin, what'd you like? What'd you hate? What was the what's the least?
Yeah, the story's really good. I guess like at least it was like I felt bad that I got sick last week, so like being separate from the party.
No, whatever. You had whatever you did.
Yeah.
You know, over Skype. That's fine. You got some background shit going on, and then you took the wagon that Roderick offered. I think it's a perfect. It's a perfect mix. At the last second, you bowed out, and you were like, you know what? I got to do something.
Yeah.
That's totally fine. So long and the short to finish out the retcon is at the last second you bowed out, handing the papers off to Serena, who flew in blind, did swimmingly as we saw, and so it was. And meanwhile, you dipped out, did your thing, and then came up as the rescue that everybody didn't know they needed. So it worked out well.
Yeah. See you next week then.
Sorry, what'd you like? What'd you hit? Was your bars of the East?
Yeah. I really like the shifting of going back and forth, even though like it was like hectic. It was fun to see the how everything kind of like how
I handle splitting the party.
Yeah.
There you go. That's how I handle splitting the party. Thank you for not mentioning the time dilation. Dooley, would you like what James Bros at least? As I like that nobody mentioned the time dilation, because honestly the timing makes no fucking sense. And at the end of the day, it's good theater, and that's really what matters. Is Rule of Cool half the time for me, and I sincerely appreciate that. I'm glad everybody had fun. Was it a fun session? Yes.
Yeah.
Terrific. Everyone's got their experience. And yeah, in short, I liked moving the plot forward. I liked the way it went from start to finish, and I wish that I could have done this during the session, so much so, but we didn't quite get there. And you know what? That's fine. Part of me says that I should just wait until next session, but it's like montage material, and I have a tough time with that. I'm not sure what to do, you know what I mean? So, I'll err on the side of, actually, no, there'll be a montage, and it wouldn't be this fucking music, that's for damn sure. It'll be this. The warehouse sits by the river as the rushing water pushes past. Another boat slowly docking into place. As this occurs, you see people rushing around, different deckhands doing their duty. As we sweep overhead, we see the warehouse where several wagons are lined up, being loaded with some of the casks from the warehouse. And we see several of the casks from the warehouse sitting down on the dock. In two quick pans, we see the casks lined up, ready to be loaded. And then a moment later, the first of the hands grabs the ones up top for the wagons, and another set of hands we cut to grabs them down by the water and loads them onto the boat. As the camera pans up the way towards the middle of the yard, we see a small tent set up, and we see a fellow in regal robes as he situates himself and takes the robes off, hanging them on the tent post to the one side. Different merchants milling about through the yard. You see a lineup of wagons outside the yard as another one arrives. And as the camera comes in towards the tent, a figure turns his head towards the camera, horns out the side of his head, and a purple bluish, deep blue. It seems to change color in the sunlight as he steps out and smiles, fanged yellow smiles, towards the yard. And the camera cuts.
Okay. Okay.
So, on the next session of of Hunters, we will watch as Gods knows what happens. If there was like on the next episode, it'd probably be like show clips of wagons careening down the path, or will it be adventures on the high river? Who's to say? Until then, it's been my pleasure to be your dungeon master, your entertainer, with my fantastic palette of personalities that is my plethora of players. Until next time, may your 20s always land on 20. Thanks for watching. We stream every Tuesday and Thursday from 7 p.m. until whenever.
Bye.
Fantastic night, Dooley. Have a good one.